We got Mott's Vortix on the Potemkin.
Okay. Do you know anything about these players, Pope?
Not at all. All I just know is that this matchup is going to be very volatile for both of these players, as that was actually a really sick call-out by Dark Lord, backdashing the attempted Potemkin Buster, getting a nice little punish off it as well.
Ooh, and hitting on that Garuda. Oh my gosh, the kicks. Yeah, anytime I see those big double arms, I never want to hold that combo, and neither does Dark Lord. But right now, has to take the pressure, avoiding the flick, but instead going for a finger flick instead with that 5G. Oh, and going into the heavenly Potemkin Buster.
Yeah, Vortix taking Dark Lord for a ride. This ain't Marvel 2. It's going to deal a lot of damage nonetheless. Vortix taking that first round pretty cleanly.
So far, I'm not seeing too much. I'm pretty sure they are just feeling each other out. But so far, with that round lead means that Vortix can make a little bit more roomier decisions. But so far, Dark Lord, alright, counter hit. Red RC, that charge dust to tap on that extra damage. And a double leg shaker, stanky leg to the DP, and look at the damage.
A lot of damage, but Potemkin, a very healthy boy, you know, drank his milk when he was younger. And yeah, the Potemkin Buster, Dark Lord, not out of the woods just yet, but gets the counter hit. Just gonna look for the kill right here. Was anticipating that Vortix was going to burst there. Barely alive, Vortix is.
Living off of a pixel and a dream. You know what? There was no bigger dream than how much we were trying to reach for that command grab. You know what? Dark Lord on the defense ticket.
And here we go. Final round, Vortix with the burst advantage right now. Dark Lord not going to get it back for about another couple of seconds. Oh, you might not even have a chance to get that burst back. You're going to have to take a guess.
Oh, taking a guess for sure. Late burst, and it's all she wrote. Vortix gonna go with first blood.
Yeah, I actually really like that Dark Lord first round immediately called out the Potemkin Buster. Obviously didn't really work out for him, but he's definitely showing that he knows sort of the Potemkin player, the overall Potemkin player base tendencies of when they want to go for the Potemkin Buster.
Duel 1.
Alright, one game on the board for Vortix. Dark Lord gonna try to find a way to change things, sway them in your favor. So far, I see we're starting to go for a little bit more on sitting outside of the buttons of Potemkin. But so far, we're getting those nickel and dimes.
Yeah.
Oh no, what a reset! Oh, and
that was sick. That was so sick. Oh, Vortix just baiting out the burst, able to get the full Potemkin Buster punish, sending us to second round. A resource disparity that Dark Lord is going to have to overcome.
So far, it doesn't look too good for our boy Dark Lord, but no, you know what? Something to get started. Bandit Bringer. Post slash, gonna go ahead and get another one. Kicks. We're gonna activate the burst from Vortix. Another command grab, evaded. So far, Dark Lord is trying to find a way to evade those as much as possible because we know how much damage they're gonna do. Rock combo and a late ERC for the advantage.
Yeah, Vortix now trying to make his way in. Dark Lord, the first one to actually close distance now. He's hungry. He wants this round win. Another sweep. And Bandit Bringer RC should secure the kill. It does.
Alright, nice cross up on the heavy. Want to make sure we keep that mix too close to the chest, because so far, Vortix has just been doing command grab after command grab, and we know the danger of that armor. Jumped up, showed my man the glutes on the way down, Garuda, and now we're tapping on that shield, but an air-to-air just to escape.
Big counter hit. Dark Lord still in the corner. Anti-air into the heat knuckle for the wall break. Dark Lord, though, one touch left before he has to burst.
We do have meter on Dark Lord's side. Gets the gold burst. Some meter to work with to try to fight out this advantage. And just going with the hammer fall, all the armor that you need in the world to secure that game.
I mean, Dark Lord showing some fantastic character knowledge as well as like fantastic play. But I mean, Vortix has been so strong tonight. But just a reminder, it's only the first game. It's only the first game for both of our players, or rather first round for both of our players. So they have plenty of time, no matter what the result is, to climb up this ladder as we go into this potentially final game. Dark Lord looking to just get on the board.
And right there, Admir to open up so far. We need to keep the health range. So far, any hard knockdown has just been spelling disaster for Dark Lord, along with these hammer falls. That little bit of armor, you gotta escape another double cancel command grab, and we have another bar on the board to work with. Come here, anti-air, and we're forced to burst.
Yeah, but Dark Lord, again, just reading those characters, or those player tendencies. And now here we go, ample opportunity for Dark Lord, has the positive bonus.
Yes, oh, but look at that, the pull-up jump scare command grab, the classic, coming from Potemkin and Vortix on set point.
The Ultra Instinct Goku Violin Sting, yo, what was that?
Starting a Mega Fist, but so far still has to do it. Mention air to air, but no conversion. But we're gonna get one off of this counter hit. Let me see the damage. Iron Raid.
Full burst on the table for Vortix. Good defense so far, and now escaping the corner, but Dark Lord still gets the hit.
Trying to get as much damage as possible along with the setup. Fafnir gonna tap on a little bit of extra damage. Another backdash caught by the command grab, and we have meters still to work with. Come here, come closer. I need to talk to you. But you know what? Dark Lord 6, I'm gonna call collect. I don't need to talk to you right now.
Here we go, Dark Lord, again, just looking to get the first game on the board. Vortix wanting to start off this ladder with a W. The hard knockdown coming in, and it is Vortex's time to shine.
Of the kicks, try to get rid of some of that armor. I don't want those scrubby hands of yours. Keep them away. Backdash, BRC, hold on. Let me see the combo. We picked it back up with the Volcanic Viper. But you know what? This deficit is looking good for Dark Lord.
But you're playing against Potemkin, that deficit can even up in the blink of an eye. Vortix actually got the pod poster!
You know what? We're a little bit lucky. That quick PRC means that we weren't able to get the full damage of that command grab, but another hammer fall while you're trying to get your pressure on.
And that is actually Gojira.
Gojira?
Yes, Yokai's Gojira.
Oh, okay, alright. So far, I only know as DainsLeif, the Millia player, who, once again, so you know, I don't mean to be that guy. But right now, Millia's stocks are up, at least in my opinion.
Yeah, Millia Nation rise up. No matter what sort of, bad intel they may try to be feeding right now, they are eating good this patch.
So far, just sitting outside. I don't know where the amount of damage even came from. I think it was nickel and diming against incredible Gassy. Okay.
Yeah, Gojira, as he is otherwise known as, fantastic Potemkin player. Recently, I think it was like less than a month ago, actually got picked up by Yokai. DainsLeif is actually going to take this round right here with the winger. I believe.
No. You know, even though Millia's stocks are up, she still has somewhat of a hard time being able to kill someone as big, as heavy, as healthy as Potemkin.
Absolutely, yeah. I was just underestimating the wall damage there. DainsLeif getting thrown, Gojira, 2K looking for the opening, but DainsLeif not giving it.
Ooh, and the air to air, gonna go ahead and carry you all the way to the wall. Bad moon, and a burst along with that. Okay, BRC on BRC, and armor. Gonna go ahead and take away plenty of your life single hit combo.
But here we go. DainsLeif. Big opening. Here's the setup. Goes opposite side. YRC out from Gojira.
Okay, RC on the Love Shaker, but another air-to-air, not being able to get it, picked it back up on the ground, and the bad hair day gonna go ahead and finish off the rest of the HP.
Yeah, and very scary situation all around. DainsLeif on the verge of losing just pretty much at any point in time there, halfway through that second round, but Gojira, incredibly gassy, whatever name that they're going through right now. A very strong Potemkin player.
For now, they're probably just, you know, actually feeling this way, and then I guess they want the world to know. Either that or
yeah.
It's for show. It's for show. I hope it's for show. Because, you know, I wouldn't want to be gassy while I'm playing. I'm just going to say that.
Definitely not, yeah.
So far, DainsLeif, I know for sure. I've seen them before in previous Paragon Onlines, and a monster of a Millia. I know that. So this is the classic story of how much damage can we do to you before you try to attempt to do single hit damaging combos to me.
I mean, yeah, that's the question being asked right now on both sides. I mean, Potemkin. Okay, Gassy getting the jump in, immediately getting the burst out of DainsLeif, but here we go, ample opportunity, no!
Missing the hit on the Artemis, so far activating burst, trying to find a way to get this damage. So far, DainsLeif has been going for these air-to-airs, and they've been immaculate. But you know what? This combo is going to go ahead and break the wall. We're going to finish with the ringer. No, we want to make sure when we kill, we're going to confirm the kill with a reset.
Yeah, and I think that Gojira was also expecting to go through the wall as well, just not ready for the side swap reset that DainsLeif did. Here we go though, round start. Gojira in the driver's seat, but DainsLeif reaching for that wheel.
And look at that, already sitting in that orange HP range. I'm sorry, you're gonna be getting further down in the trenches because you just died.
Woo! Before I can even finish speaking, you know, there's another interaction happening. DainsLeif looking for revenge. Good round start. Already taking it through the wall. What's the mix?
That was already a lot of damage too. Building up some of that meter with that movement and a hard knockdown means that we're going to have our blocks on deck and ready. But so far, Gassy looking like he's going to need to turn himself into a solid and build up this defense because he is getting hit.
DRC back to get some distance, but DainsLeif again, good air-to-air, baits out a button. It is a perfect, taking the 2-0 lead.
And I'm telling you, when it comes to Millia, you can be scared from all directions, and she is going to mix you up.
Yeah, I mean, again, like we said earlier, Millia stocks definitely up right now. No one's selling just yet, and we can sort of see just exactly why DainsLeif a 2-0 lead against last patch's scary monster of Potemkin.
Oh, okay. Trying to activate a little bit of the heat tackles now, knowing that DainsLeif has been going for those air-to-airs. Tried to jump out, getting caught, and you're going to be carried all the way to the corner, but good blocks. Gassy going for the heavenly, oh my god, the gold burst saving your life.
The panic gold burst from DainsLeif after the Heavenly Potemkin Buster activation. Yeah, but here we go. DainsLeif, again, getting that disc set up. FD is only going to buy you so much time.
There we go, another air-to-air to catch you a little bit too high for even Millia's liking. But on the way down, I'm about to say the glutes coming down heavy. But Love Shaker finish? No, but the overhead back Achilles heel is gonna go ahead and put you at set point.
I mean, Gojira's just had no real answer for this entire match. It has almost been a non-stop perfect, almost perfect 6-0 for DainsLeif. But here we go, golden opportunity. We're going to the wall, and we're taking Millia for a ride. Finally, Gojira on the board.
is an answer among answers. How do you answer a perfect? With your very own. That's gotta feel good for Gassy. But you know what? Right back into the corner, and DainsLeif has been doing so well keeping themselves spaced out. But as we say that, face first, heat knuckle all the way at a distance.
Neither player was sure just how to approach, and finally they both just sort of like wander into each other's range. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, we're heading to the rematch screen.
Yeah, that's all you needed, and especially with Millia's HP. That command grab, once you got it and you're close to the wall, it's next game.
It's a wrap, yeah.
It's a wrap.
All right, but finally, we do have a match or a game Yes, a game on the board, not a match, not just yet. And this is where you got to start building that snowball, get that momentum behind you. You put a stop to DainsLeif for the moment.
Find their way out, making Gassy spend the burst early, so that means these mix-ups are going to be a lot, or at least we're going to have to fully deal with them. Oh, I thought that was going to be a cross-up, but you know what, DainsLeif taught us and Gassy. Oh no.
I actually really like the idea of using BRC, even if it doesn't hit, you're just trying to create some space, but DainsLeif ready, has the answers, and now on match point.
Once again, DainsLeif, it's up to you to be able to finish out this game. Going back, trying to see what they can get covered, and so far, Gassy's been meeting DainsLeif in the air just to go, I don't even know.
Alright, either. Again.
Oh my gosh, another air-to-air dropped, giving Gassy some room, but you know what? Caught reaching. You can't have all those with Millia being able to corner carry like this into the winger, and that means positive bonus and hard knockdown.
Gassy's gonna have burst back in just a moment. Just gotta survive this mix. DainsLeif.
Oh. All right, gold burst, a way to build up some more meter. Got a hard knockdown, but the 6P, no karate chop here.
Just barely alive. But the far slash, catching a button there at the end. DainsLeif, we are getting underway.
Right, that opening gambit is always a start. Going in with the 5P, I like it. Want to be able to actually, check that nice far-reaching far S. And now put into the corner, not having it is great saiyamane.
Yeah, immediately spinning the burst. Doesn't want to be kept in the corner. Doesn't want to have to guess the Bridget mix.
Alright, I know there's certain ways to avoid a projectile, but I don't know about using a DP to break one of those, but being able, getting close, making you a little bit tricky when it comes to being able on your offense with that corner. No slash, not being able to block the tap dust, resetting the situation, wanting to go for more mix.
Big counter hit for Terachrome now. Should be able to, oh no! Doesn't fully commit to the kill, but the two lows chipping away. saiyamane not blocking the second one. Terachrome, first one on the board.
Having a little bit of a scramble here and there, having some drop combos, but you know what? A drop combo is another person's mixed opportunity. But so far, double 6P, you're not going anywhere. We're seeing that you're holding up, and we're trying to make sure we're not looking up.
Absolutely, and here we go. Terachrome, golden opportunity. saiyamane stuck in the corner. Terachrome just kind of lets him go out, but another good opportunity. Actually, a really sick combo here from Chrome.
Hold on, we just took a full round trip out of the corner, back to Midwest mid-screen, back to the corner again. So far, it's just a full paid expense trip.
Hey, I'm going to show you this side of the screen, and then you're going to go to this side of the screen, and then I'm going to put you back in this side of the screen.
And hey, you trying to name like the great saiyamane. I believe anything is possible as long as you are able to adapt. But you know what I see? I see a color change. And then you know what that means? We're going to be able to figure some stuff out. Early burst, Foudre Arc, not going to be able to get the CP throw, and that's going to be starting the mix for Chrome.
Absolutely, yeah, and the big bump to go through the wall. Terachrome doing a very good job so far. saiyamane, good challenge, able to find the opening and now start taking the turn.
Missed opportunity, does get the stun edge on the hit, making it a really pleasant. There goes that stun edge. Feeling out something that could have been a button, and you know what? Your guess is as good as mine, and Great Saiyamane is the one that can figure it out.
I love just throwing out Roger there in neutral. Just be like, all right, I just need to check to see if you're doing something. Terachrome though, an unfortunate trade, not enough life to survive it. saiyamane finally on the board.
On the board, there goes that change that I was talking about, jumping out from the yo-yo, but a little bit of a late hit, trying to get in your grill, trying to end it with the bear, but it's still getting combos upon combos for Terachrome, pushing Great Saiyamane in the corner. No super available, no skirt.
Terachrome working with the life lead, not taking too much risk. Now saiyamane, yeah, getting hit by the DP at the very end. Terachrome even things up. Who's gonna win this game?
Jumping back so far, holding up has been our best option against the yo-yo right after. There we go, able to escape the corner, but Terachrome making sure we are coming straight for you still. Air to air, I like it.
Yeah, Chrome immediately giving up first, did not want to see anything further from that combo, but saiyamane actually brings Terachrome to the corner, but Terachrome DPing out another DP.
Yeah, so far the approaches that Great Saiyamane is taking is a little bit linear. So far it's only either been jump, forward, DP, there we go, another jump forward. So I think it's just the fact that Terachrome is reading the advantage, checking for that burst, knowing it might just happen, and that's gonna be a mistake on your sides. Probably should have just took the wall break, but instead gonna go in Great Saiyamane's favor.
Absolutely, and now first two games done, we've split 1-1, meaning that we are effectively in first to two territory. We're playing a ranked match at this point. Great saiyamane and Chrome.
Luckily right for back these guys, we are playing on Paragon Online, so it will be a first 2-3.
Absolutely.
All right, look at that button, that far S, so good with that 2S from Bridget. Looking like it might reach under just a little bit further than expected. Anti-air, no, getting hit, but Fire Claw misses, being able to be set full screen. Oh, 6 feet off. Such a great anti-air, but so fast, so quick.
2K, 2D, here we go. Run up throw is the option, okay.
A little bit of a more unorthodox playstyle coming from Great Saiyamane. I think the linear, or at least the straightforwardness of it, is actually mixing up Chrome just a little bit, but so far he's starting to find his strides and gonna go ahead and add to his win total.
Maybe the side swap really doing a great deal for saiyamane. Maybe it's that color change. Maybe it's just fighting in a different arena. Who knows? But saiyamane definitely feeling a lot better now. We get a nice counter hit combo. Should be able to break wall. We do.
Always the classic. Anytime you see 50% meter on the tie, you better believe that the stun dipper is going to be coming your way.
Now, final round of this third game, Terachrome.
Ooh, okay. I like it. Trying to wait on the approach, stay outside of Bridget's mid-range button, but jumping out air to air, activating the burst. Wants to be able to keep the corner, but caught you holding up. Didn't want to escape, and now no super again. Might be a choice for Chrome.
But do have that positive bonus now. saiyamane finds the hit after the post-wall break situation. Terachrome investing 50 on the YRC, just trying to find an opening.
So So far, look back, the walk back, 6B, anti-air. No, when you're that far back, anti-air, and seeing your opponent jump is as easy as pie. Jumping 3 times on the air approach, no 6B, and only a little bit of HP left to go on Terachrome's side. RC, hit, double, no. Oh, no projectile, the predictability, but so much HP is already gone. Double 2K, gonna make the Chrome burst. Anti-air, where do you think you're going? And there we go. This time, we're not taking the bait on you holding your burst. If you don't burst, it's your loss.
Definitely a very scary scramble there at the very end. Terachrome daring saiyamane to hit that burst. Now, just like that, Terachrome, a game lead, just looking for one more to secure this match.
Yeah, I love that last-minute interaction. That's what you really call keeping a situation in mind. Knowing that he held his burst before, trying to be a little bit tricky with it, trying to be unpredictable. But now, Great Saiyaman going in with the throws, going onto the wall, and now going to get early positive bonus, along with already having 50%.
Absolutely, Terachrome finds a nice counter hit, already bringing saiyamane to the wall. Big opportunity here.
Just outside, 2S, caught but blocked. Yo-Yo, no, you're not gonna have a gold burst right now. Now we got 50% meter. No, the reset again. So far, some of these resets have been questionable, but you know what? We're not gonna be resetting this one. Roger sending you through the wall. Only so much HP. The DP, last moment, bringing it out.
Looking for chip out. Unfortunately, saiyamane ready for it.
And a trade, all the 2K, thinking that it was gonna be your turn, but you know what? Only so much HP can leave you be, and Terachrome is on one more round before you can take the set. A high anti-air, but no conversion. It's okay. 5-second rule. We picked it back up, but you know what? You're getting picked up.
Absolutely, saiyamane now, and just looking to take control of this round. A big counter hit for them. Terachrome back against the wall, and now saiyamane actually trying to zone out Terachrome a little bit. And look at this opportunity.
No way, it's probably just Great Saiyaman knowing that he doesn't really need to approach so much, trying to chip Terachrome down. Okay, side swap out of the corner, no 6P on that. So far, Great Saiyaman has been on point with some of these 6Ps, and now it's a little bit weary.
Saiyaman's gonna have first. Ooh, in just a second, Terachrome. Danger time actually being called.
I don't know what's going on. Some of these callouts on the walk back are so interesting, but the air-to-air, Great Saiyaman last minute pulling it out, and now evening out the round, but he still has to do it again to even out the game.
Really interesting round there, Saiyaman. Now, just looking to try and get stir out the wind however they can. Terachrome, again, solid button placement. Saiyamane gives up burst finally.
Right, ooh, but look at that, sitting just outside to open the way for the stun dipper. And now in the corner, grab, ooh, break, being able to keep track of it. So far, anytime he's done that 2K into something else, he has ran up and thrown. So a little bit being predictable, and Terachrome is seeing it.
Big opportunity. Terachrome has to give up the burst.
6P, double 6P, and getting hit right into the stun edge, but the third 6P works again, and then the yo-yo call up will finish out the game. Terachrome, little hard fought, but we find the light at the end of versus Duel 1.
Yeah, Dr. Doom on the Nagoriyuki, CrimpyTie on the Eno. So you know that there's something crazy about to happen with CrimpyTie.
Ooh, but you know what? It looks like most of the damage is about to happen on CrimpyTie's side. Oh no, double 6H and you're already gone. The villain, the monster. Nagoriyuki.
Yeah, you know, he just wants to get this match over and done with so that way he can get back to his dinner.
quick step on the Fukio 5P. Caught you jumping, and I'm sorry.
Is that a
we're about to
double
go into the
pivot?
next phase. Dr. Doom with the statement with a perfect going into the first game of the set.
I didn't want to say anything during the animation because, like, that was crazy.
I know that for sure. As someone who is a Nago main themselves, I knew that was gonna go.
Hey, yo, hold on. This guy do damage.
For sure. You didn't get the description of one-shot character for nothing. It looks like Dr. Doom is trying to showcase it firsthand. The furthest of 2 H's. Counter hit. Oh no, we're about to make counter hit our middle name, especially for CrimpyTie right now.
Yeah, CrimpyTie just forced to block all this pressure. Blood just starting to creep up for Dr. Doom, but it's not even going to be a factor. That is 3 perfects in a row. Do I hear a 4th?
Oh, please don't let it be a 4th, CrimpyTie. There we go. We got some damage in. Now we need to get around. And so far, all right, Chemical Love going to be able to tack on a little bit more damage, but we still got to fight the great fight against this long sword. Oh, but no, we're still getting hit by the counter hits of the distance.
Opportunity, though, for CrimpyTie has shown itself. Now, no, getting back thrown while trying to set up pressure. Dr. Doom!
And you know what? The confidence on Dr. Doom against any character you're about to fight against on defense, you choose to throw right after the JS. Either you've played this matchup so many times, you played Crimpy so many times, or this is a madman. Dr. Doom, truly the villain among villains.
You dare challenge Dr. Doom?
And clearly, that's what Crimpy is saying. I dare challenge you on the round start gambit. But so far, Dr. Doom immediately met Crimpy. Top first, counter on defense. So far, again, that blood is coming back up. There you go. Good punish, but we're going to have to find a way to get a better combo. Not to hit on the 16. We're going to have to wait another. One has no wave expansion by how far these 2 H's are hitting. And we're already on set point for Dr. Doom.
CrimpyTie. All right, golden opportunity for CrimpyTie to start the snowball. Goes overhead this time. Big chemical love for the wall splat. There's the wall break. Now, what's the mix?
Okay. Bro, gonna be able to get it. Can we get a perfect of our own to shake it off? Yes, we will. CrimpyTie showing we are not free.
There we go. First step finally taken for CrimpyTie, but needs to get on the board in a meaningful way with this game. The dive kick does connect, and Dr. Doom has to give up the burst.
And so far, even though he gave up the burst, that's a lot of blood spent on Dr. Doom, but we'll get a lot of it back with the far SS trade going in. Oh, luckily that wasn't late, but so far he is building the blood back up again. Trying to FD him out, trying to find a way to make it through, but unfortunately another counter hit. 2H to 6H.
Nhelv coming up to the plate.
And speaking of characters I actually haven't seen in a bit is the Mei. Mei being one of the characters that people do find to be actually strong coming in the current state of the game, but not many people have been playing her. So this is actually kind of a fresh sight for sore eyes, I guess I could say, going against the infamous power of the Slayer, and we're already getting started.
Yeah, in tournaments, it really feels like that there's only 2 real main players, at least in North America now, that being Insert and Totsu Bunger. The fearsome twosome, as some may call them. But Miracle, a name that I'm not super familiar with, also on the Mei. Absolutely just bringing it to Nhelv at the moment.
Oh my goodness, alright, we are throwing everybody in the undersea carry to actually try to get some offense on Nhelv, but you know what? Being able to fight their way not only out of a corner, but out of the round and taking it on top.
Absolutely, job well done by Nhelv getting that first round on the board, but you can never be, you're never out of range of May during the round start with that Dolphin, as here we go. We already have a wall break, not even 10 seconds past. Nhelv, a lot worse for wear at the moment.
Okay, another Dolphin to PRC to try to actually get some offense going. But Nhelv is holding down this defense and staying true. Pile bunker, okay, holding north. We didn't want anything to do with that flip. We were evading it the moment we saw it.
Absolutely, and here we go. First game, who's gonna take it? Miracle actually getting a really good counter hit, going for a couple of resets here. 5P into the Wild Assault to bring Nhelv to the corner.
The amount of Totsugeki is making me think that we're playing Exert. Oh my goodness. And so far, it looks like we're gonna be able to catch it. Nope. But the last minute 5P, the Knuckle Duster, coming straight to the chin for the first game.
Nhelv just not ready for it. However, it is only a game. Plenty of time for Nhelv to lock in and get started. And yeah, we're just sticking with the Slayer. Now, the thing is that yesterday at a bracket I was also helping out with, I did see another character from Nhelv. I'm wondering how true that other character is.
Alright, well, we're gonna find out not right now, because so far we're trying to find a way to deal with that overhead. Watch your dome piece, because so far it looks like that hat doesn't look like it's a hard one.
Definitely not. Good defense, though, from Miracle. Able to block everything, but except for that, no, a deep pile bunker. We're going immediately into Super Mappa.
Just it's a positive bonus. Watch yourself. Ray thought you was going to press a button and to finish it off with another Knuckle Duster of his own. Nhelv, making sure we're going to have this power. Oh, okay, tapping. Oh, but we're not able to punish the discount stun there.
Nice swap Master Hammer, trying to give Nhelv a little bit of advantage, but Miracle, another deep counter hit. Here comes the Orca for the wall break. Not enough to kill, but Nhelv gonna have to guess. Right,
a lot of damage and already on the scramble just a little bit. Wasn't even plus frames. You were just playing rock, paper, scissors with what's gonna be the option after Totsugeki. The counter hit, jump scare. Nhelv does not want any of the damage. We do not want the smoke.
Definitely not, but Nhelv swinging for the fences right now, actually trapped against the corner now, having to guess on the strike throw, then punished. Oh no, just barely alive.
Right, we do have, I was gonna say we do have some meter in our back pocket, but you know what? Miracle saying, oh, you look like you're holding north. You know what? Let me take a detour up there and I'll meet you.
Absolutely. 2-0 lead for Miracle, but Nhelv looking pretty solid so far. Just needs to find a way. Yeah, and here we go. There's the Testament.
Oh, okay. All right. With the Testament? You know what? I like this a little bit. Let's go ahead, hang back. Let's see how we deal with some of this, these Grave Reapers and put you in a coffin. I would say already off to a different start. Some of the HP hasn't been rolling. We thought we were just gonna stroll into your home just to get a simple grab. But you know what? We're gonna go ahead and take that time to take the damage. Summoning Shamu to go ahead, finish my lightweight.
Yeah, Mr. Yamada breaking down that wall with a smile. And now Nhelv, the reversal, not doing its job. Miracle going to take this round cleanly, bringing out Mr. Yamada to make sure.
Mr. Yamada and the fish are working overtime, especially with this heavy 2-0 lead for Miracle. Counter hit. Yeah, that command grab, you do not want to get it started, but we do have the stain, the pop. This is where Testament likes to be, but fighting out of a scramble. Miracle looking like they're going to take their turn whether they like it or not.
Nhelv stuck in the corner. Miracle Getting the wall bounce combo into the wall break. No, gonna have to take a guess somewhere. Actually guessing right on the anti-air Grave Reaper, but it's not enough. Miracle shuts it down. A clean sweep.
Where's the J2K now?
Duel 1.
I digress.
We got Joe Brownie on Venom versus MenaceZero on Baiken. Let's go.
Yeah, so far, if anybody's stocks are up right now, it is Venom. Very good changes. And not only that, I really just like how much damage he's doing right now. He's actually making it scared to actually fight against the character.
I'm sorry, I need to like double check that. Did MenaceZero somehow go opposite side and then end up like same side with that Yozansen? Yo!
Ooh, okay. J-Hit actually just gonna get rid of the super as well as the burst bait. And you know what? We have all of the damage needed, all of the meter needed to confirm the kill.
Duel 2.
Here we go. Joe Brownie, very good first round. MenaceZero looking for
like a monster right now. Round start, rising Yozansen. I need my man to calm down, but it looks like he's only going to turn up.
Yeah, turn it up, and here we go. Joe Brownie, about 5% life left and a dream. The dive kick connecting. We've got a ball set. Here we go. Ample opportunity now for Joe Brownie, but the YRC from MenaceZero killing all momentum.
Go ahead, send out the Dark Angel. Wants to be able to hit the air-to-air on the other side, hitting the back of MenaceZero's neck. You're not going to be able to counter hit parry me, my friend.
And if Joe Brownie was not thinking about hero bursting before, now is definitely a good opportunity to try and steal this round. MenaceZero dies from the ball set. Joe Brownie win around.
Yeah, so far when you do have those billiards set, you're gonna have to be playing Venom's game. And I'm surprised how much Joe Brownie actually is trying to actually go for the approach against MenaceZero. Anything that I actually believe that Baiken would have a hard time with would actually be approaching against this character. Unless you're just straight up using Kamari to actually just, you know, try to tap something.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Second game, MenaceZero. Another aggressive start from MenaceZero, but here we go. Joe Brownie, all the momentum behind them.
Not only that, but the mix as well. 5P wants to be able to get some quick checks, keep Joe Brownie honest, trying to hold up. But so far, Joe Brownie is doing a really great job just covering the space, not fully committing to some of these options until MenaceZero feeling oppressed, activating the burst. But you know what? You're about to land into this Dark Angel. Where do you think you're going?
Yo! Yo! Joe Brownie, I love you so much, bro. That was sick as hell.
I see Joe Brownie's got some fans, I see.
Absolutely, yeah. MenaceZero connecting this time. Yozansen hits same side. Joe Brownie actually gets the low hit to dissipate air Tatami. And the Glicky not really connecting. MenaceZero is scrambling for any sort of offense. But Joe Brownie, full conversion.
Oh, okay. Dropping just a little bit with punish. Ooh, but one that's not going to allow you to get anything more than it can be. But the final hit to go ahead and send you to the putter is going to be Joe Brownie sitting in a strong lead of 2-2. And we've been seeing a lot of this.
Absolutely. And I mean, this is tough if you're MenaceZero, especially from that first game, you know. It's just you gotta take a moment to recompose if you're MenaceZero. It's like, all right, first game, I could have put a round on the board. Unfortunately, I let that one go. Second game, absolute masterclass by Joe Brownie. Take a moment, breathe, reset, and go back in.
All right, MenaceZero, you know what? Since Joe Brownie already has a fan, I'm going to be your fan right now. We got to be able to hit ourselves the win. Already getting started with the close Kabari. You are in the corner with me. I'm not in here with you.
Definitely not. Joe Brownie, though. Big counter hit in favor of MenaceZero. Using the heavy Kabari for the wall break. Joe Brownie only just now getting that 50%.
But you know what? I like it. Gonna get some hang time off of this. Going for the Yozansen on the way down. Oh, there we go. First successful parry. Get over here, says MenaceZero as he finally takes this first round.
All important one for MenaceZero. Just stop the snowball. Get back into this set. Joe Brownie. Side swap. It's actually going to lead to a really nice conversion and the Oki as well.
So far, MenaceZero looks like they're actually slowing it down, trying to find a way, trying to find an option. Sadly enough, the late Yozansen doesn't get an actual hit off of that, and late enough that we're just going to go ahead and get sent through the wall, but we still have an opportunity. We have first on the table and no leader on either side. Opening Gambit wants to be able to get something started.
Joe Brownie harassing with that stinger, but MenaceZero getting that Kabari on. Joe Brownie forced to go in, got a deep counter hit, and MenaceZero forced to burst.
And not only with that burst, committing a little bit too early, and Joe Brownie finding an opportunity. Now, MenaceZero has to fight with their life on the line. Yozansen getting caught by the 6P, and you're gonna get set up for the Okido. Go into the Vortex, you're done.
Valiant effort from MenaceZero.
Duel 1.
Absolutely, and it is Vortix returning to the stage versus Power.
Now, so far, we've seen what Vortex can do against Millia. Sometimes it does take a little bit of a warm-up to be able to fight against one. But in this, trying to get those toes out, trying to make sure we check the shin. But Power being able to showcase some movement and some counter hit damage, finishing out with that Artemis.
Absolutely, and now Vortex, good patience, looking for Power to try and do something. But the deep counter hit for Power, able to get that disc set up, and that is going to be enough. Power draws first blood, gets the first round.
Alright, oh, okay, immediate 5P long-reaching hair follicles, might I say. Being able to lock down Vortex, but you know what? You can't hold down the gorilla for so long.
Definitely not. Now Power just looking for that opening, finds it with the punish counter. We'll get the wall break thanks to the Artemis.
So far trying to take some advantage, wants to immediately get in, but dropping the combo. Still trying to find the approach, but Power is going to go ahead and use some of their own to be able to break the Goss again. Positive bonus on the way, but Vortex sitting on 50. Oh, not the low, catching you on the way in. Late burst, not scouted, but the air attempt was heavenly attempted. Buster is going to finish out the rest of your HP. Power down.
Oh my god. Vortex, like a thief, just snatching that round away after the late burst. And here we go. Power not taking too kindly to that heavenly Potemkin Buster finish. Already getting the wall break and the positive bonus. Good block so far on the mix-up, but Vortex not blocking everything.
Missing the bad mood on that hit, and now we're going to be able to hold the corner for Vortex, being able to anti-air, but so far we're still creating a little bit of space as we try to throw out every other move we can. Garuda, try to get for the command grab, 6P, but no combo.
Using that flick, keeping Power in the corner. Garuda, pressure. And there it is.
Command grab, yeah, unfortunate. Gotta be weary. It happens so quick, and when you have HP like Millia, it's gonna be even faster.
I mean, you knew it was coming. It was just a matter of when exactly it was coming. That pot buster was just raring to go, and catches Power, just not ready for it. Power, though, not out of it just yet.
Duel 1.
We'll see. What's the round start?
Let's rock.
Back up, I like it. Want to be out of range of that armored command grab. Plus, Millia has the speed and capability and mobility to just stay outside of Potemkin range. But you know what? That doesn't say anything. If you're able to fight out with all this armor, cross back, try to get the super cool combo, but you know what? Gotta make sure you have those at the ready.
Yeah, just not in the correct spacing for Vortix, but you know what? It doesn't matter. The double Garuda impact going to seal up that first game. Power trying to challenge with a button. Vortix with the P does get the counter hit for the round start, and here we go. Power already stuck in the corner. It makes their way out.
Sometimes you gotta find a way to reposition yourself during the match, and then Power is doing a great job of that. But look at the health deficit with meter applied. Love Shake, Mirage Love Shaker being able to escape from the hammer fall, and now we're gonna go ahead and take advantage. Gladly taking this round and having a better chance at the next one.
Duel 3.
Absolutely. Now going into this final round, Power just a little behind on the resource game. Vortix actually trying to gold burst. Power was ready for it.
You said having the meter advantage, and just like that, Power taking all of it, not being too well against the disc, reset, being able to block, but so far we're giving ourselves whiplash on the left-right that Power is giving, watching your helmet before you can actually break the wall, and now another 50, spending it immediately on the heat tackle.
Wind slash will do it. Power ties things up just like that. One game for both sides.
My goodness, so far Power just doing a complete 180 on that match. Being able to actually move around, you know, is a great thing to have versus Potemkin. But if you're able to make him guess too, that's even more so.
Absolutely. As we load back into this third game. Round start. A lot of respect given off of both sides. And here we go. Vortix immediately has to give up first.
Changing up the pacing just a little bit, just to make sure you're placed outside of the range. Gonna get a sneaky throw and mix up. Look like you had to look left before you look right and cross the street. But combo, another reset. We've been doing a lot of these, not going for the meter options, but that's kind of scary against the corner.
Power again has to just be careful because Vortix can steal this round with only 2 touches. First does get used.
Yeah, we wanted to make sure that it was going to be a better chance for us, but when you have a meter deficit, that command, that means that we are in the danger zone.
Absolutely. Power though, good round start, already forcing Vortix to just hold the mix. Vortix actually able to make its way into the corner because of the heat tackle, and what a golden opportunity for Power!
So far, these hair carts after certain pressure has been hitting and working against Vortix, but there we go. Hit the armor, use that RC to make sure we break it. Are we going to break the wall? No. Once again, we're going to go ahead and keep our offense. There it is.
Not dead yet. Vortix though, gonna try and steal this round, go up again. Power though, not wanting to hold on to the Garuda pressure at all, just spends the 50, takes the round.
I'm sure Vortix was willing to go ahead and give up the round, knowing he had one up against the meter on Power's side. Dash in, watch your toes. Gotta watch the flicks too. We don't have nails done like you, but better believe we have some just as big.
Absolutely! What was that counter hit? That was insane! Vortix! Good wherewithal.
Right, backing up, trying to hold north, but come here, baby girl. It wasn't time for you to go anywhere. We're still trying to talk.
Woo-wee! Yeah. Vortix. Again, another good round. on their side, taking the 2-1 game advantage. Power.
It may look like Power is going to have to slow down even more so, or even turn up the gas. But you know what? I think a lot of things that have been spelling a little bit of a swaying motion for Power is not taking these wall break attempts. The more meter you have, the more meter Millia becomes annoying with, and it gives a higher chance to kill Potemkin.
First already taken off the side for Power, and Vortix, another big counter hit. Tries to go for the cheeky grab, has to PRC and anti-air, and this is an opportunity for Power. Gets a big counter hit, able to strip the burst.
Ooh, and good, waiting just outside the glutes. You're not gonna have your chance to work the buns on me, says Power. And now we're gonna go against the wall, another reset attempt. But there we go, break the wall. All right, I was about to say, that looked a little bit late coming out from Power, but I'm glad you did. Catching the back dash with the VRC, but dropping it, picking back up, 5-second rule for Power.
Absolutely, and an all-important one for Power as well. Vortix, no burst just yet, only has 50 for FD or Wild Assault.
About to say, counter hits are going to mean a lot more for Potemkin, especially in the damage area. And Vortix has been backdashing just a little bit more. There it is, catching it, but Power hasn't been able to fully capitalize. Bad Moon with no meter tied behind it. Ballsy, but along with the burst bait, miraging right outside Hammerfall. Left, right, looks like you broke your neck.
So many small resets on Power, just trying to confuse Vortix just a little bit. Make him guess when exactly the reset is coming in. Power, not gonna drop it, takes the game, brings us to a game 5.
All right, changing it up just a little bit. I didn't see as much resets going into that game, but we still have another to go. Last game, 2-2. Power changing it up. Vortix, I know, is going to be able to change things, or at least get a few more command grabs or two.
Absolutely, yeah. And that's all you really need if you're Potemkin. I mean, this is a big boy with big damage. Once the round start, Power already closing distance, but Vortix, a good anti-air.
Ooh, and an even better counter hit, forcing Power to burst, now staying just outside, but another armored attempt coming through, catching you in the air, and caught you sitting in a deer in headlights as we quickly take the set potential point.
All right, but an air approach this time for Power, catching Vortix high. A good chunk of damage already taken as we take this first wall. Vortix trying to find an opening, has to block and finds it.
Not only finds it, but being able to get a conversion off of it. So good stuff just outside the throw range. Luckily getting away with murder, but now you gotta hold it. Heavenly Potemkin Buster. Sorry, Power. Looks like you're gonna have to pay the electric bill because you have been turned. Said plays the sin, and that's what we're gonna see.
Absolutely, exiled a fantastic Faust as well. Robbieonthebobby actually getting the counter hit, forcing Exiled to burst early. Now, a little bit of a scramble. Robbieonthebobby, the first one to get the upper hand.
And going with the full just frame Tyrant Rave and getting the wall break as well. Now you gotta guess overhead. That shield looking like real heavy on your forehead. The paper bag isn't strong enough to protect you.
Definitely not. And yeah, Robbieonthebobby just doing the Oki thing at this point, getting that first round, or converting to a first game though.
Stepping back, committing Faust on the job, ready to do his duty, but it looks like he's going to be off screen just for a little bit as we get the turnaround throw right on top of it, in for business, but missing a little bit.
Oh no, he's right to the stampede, but Robbieonthebobby immediately back on the offensive, able to get the counter hit. Exiled immediately burns burst, a lucky donut falling on his head. but the life I don't think will come. But the reversal! Ankle breaker coming out!
Ankle breaker gonna have to be sent to the doctor. Oh my god, you're gonna need to see the doctor and the dentist after biting the pole off of that damage. Okay, blocking, being able to sit back mid-screen. Oh, not what you want to see, the disconnect. And we're most likely, but so far, you know, things like this happen. Maybe, oh, we're gonna go ahead and straight up play.
Yeah, it was only one round in favor of Robbie before the disconnect.
Oh, I thought it was both around the piece. My bad.
It was like the very end of the round. Don't worry about it. I'm very sure that Exiled would have taken the round had he gotten the option, but we are recreating this as closely as we can at this point. Robbie on the Bobby, back on the offense, and Exiled. Oh no, it's looking a little bit like Street Fighter 6. Exiled getting the back throw though, able to get the kills.
And for the golf swing for the finish, looks like Exile making sure that we're gonna make sure that round doesn't go in the favor of Robbie the Bobby. We're gonna keep it close to the chest.
Absolutely. Here we go. Final round for both sides. Exile. Actually getting sent through the wall thanks to this Tyrant Barrel. Robbie on the Bobby. What's going to be the Oki setup?
Oh, you saying I'm going to step on your James, but you know what? I'm going to have you for lunch instead. In the corner, has the horn out, does get it. That means extra offense, going to add to the burst. Luckily, last time he was able to actually get hit, but overhead. Scalpel looking like you're getting pulled all the way to the corner. You were so close to the bomb.
Yeah, definitely. All right, we're getting the bomb.
The Exile, the DP is gonna hit while you're up there.
And Robbie on the Bobby, first one on the board after our little technical hiccup. Exiled. Definitely made it close though.
Sure was close. So far, all these back throw opportunities means that Robbie is going to have to actually make some of these strings airtight or bait the throw on the attempt. Exiled. The intuition, we're past layer 1. We're definitely past layer 1.
Absolutely. I also wouldn't be surprised if these two probably fought against each other on the ladder or in lobbies regularly. How well these two are playing against each other. Here we go. Game 2 happening right now. Exile, the first one to actually get the hit and push Robbie all the way full screen.
Ooh, okay. Scalpel pull. Gonna go ahead burst it. Doesn't want to get any extra damage or get sent further into the corner. Banana, look like you're gonna need some potassium on the way out. Are we gonna take it or are we gonna go ahead? Yeah, we're gonna hold our offense with the 100-ton weight. Back up, says Robbie the Bobby. I'm gonna need my 6 feet.
Forward throw is the option, and the back throw in time from Exiled. Here's a bomb. What you want to do with it?
Ooh, said I'm gonna send out the paper bag and mommy's sandwich for a little bit, but hoof stomp. Gonna go ahead and anti-air you right out the sky. Tyrant raid. No just frame, and the timing is off. The opportunity is nigh for Exile.
Unfortunate drop for Robbie, not close enough to get the wall break. Exiled all over it, and here we go. Round 2, Meteors incoming. We got the side swap pro. Now, the Stampede coming in. Good block by Robbie.
All right, the 6 Ps have been good, but not the throw. Another Meteor. Hold on. My man might start needing to go to the casino because the luck is on 10.
Absolutely. Although, this is a growing boy doing big man damage. Robbie on the Bobby. Look at that life bar taken from Exile.
You have a little bit of meter and a bomb on the setup. Looks like you didn't take your medicine on the overhead, but Spin gonna go ahead, activate burst. Doesn't want to use it just yet, as we only have a little tight ping.
And that's gonna be it. Exile. Oh. Drop the combo! Golden opportunity.
Meter hoof stomp, gonna go straight into the ATL. RTL, sorry, but it's not gonna be enough. Robbieonthebobby still has an opportunity. Low slash, overhead, hook stop again with the spear. You know it's gonna happen, but you can never be so sure. Robbie staying alive.
Yo, shout out to Atlanta. Let's go. Robbieonthebobby taking that round back and now bringing us to game 3, or round 3 rather.
Afro on the come up, gonna be a little bit of extra damage. Guard crush on the pull up. More on top of that with the cross up, and we're building so much meter from the setup. Bob gonna go ahead, make a little bit of an even situation, and you got it.
Drop the combo, doesn't want first to be a factor just yet. There it is for Robbie. Oh my god, definitely could have died there by the bomb, was able to block in time, but Robbie getting denied the banana, exiled, ties things up 1 game apiece.
So many good items for Robbie on the screen. I mean, exiled on the screen, being able to take opportunity even with the Afro, knowing that there's another bomb right in front. It's like, all right, you either take the Y or C, it's gonna put us back in an even standing, but you still have to block the bomb right afterwards. Exiled, the awareness, being able to hold true for it.
Absolutely. Here we go. 2 games now needed for both of these players from this point on.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
And what's the round start? Backdash from
Oh, okay, sticks key on the beak driver, doesn't want to allow you. Oh, okay, taking the peel along with the horn, and finally, we're looking at that bedhead. You need a haircut, Sin.
Yeah, we're just lighting the dew on fire. There's the explosion. Robbie finally giving up the burst, trying to start offense, but exiled with the back throw, able to set up the bomb.
Oh, and the added bomb, I like it. Now 2-ton weight on top of the mini Faust means that we're gonna go ahead and take away that round that was already looking quite dire.
Round start immediately goes for the on the body, bring Exile to the corner, not keeping the block string tight enough, gets back thrown, and all of a sudden, things turn on its head.
Alright, a throw this time coming from Robbie, but now the setup backdash doesn't want anything to do with your hand. Get those away from me. But you know what? Looking like he's playing a little bit unfair, giving him a donut while he puts him back into the corner.
Here we go, Robbie. Just looking for the opening. Exile, though, closing in distance. Oh, that could have been so dangerous for Exile. Robbie wasn't ready for it, though.
Oh, got a little bit of HP that might as well have saved them, but not enough potassium to deal with the overhead. And Robbie gonna go ahead and set it to even a piece for all round and game.
Spins the full stamina bar. Exiled. Just looking to try and escape the corner right now, but Robbie forces burst out.
It looks like whatever we pull right now is going to have a tough time getting out, especially when we're in the corner. Oh, on the offense, saying, I'm going to go ahead, take this snack to go as we take the round, setting it 2-1.
Absolutely. Getting the defense buff for the Rubbins on the way out the door. Robbieonthebobby, 1 game needed for tonight's bracket. We have about 5 minutes left, so chances are good if the match ends right here that you can re-queue and get 1 more game in. It's all going to depend on how long this game takes.
No, I can only imagine like Sin probably spends the most amount of time at McDonald's with those Happy Meals. I can only
assuredly. My dude would have been all over those Mighty Kids meals back in the day.
All right, early burst coming from Exile. Now trying to go for the pull. Not going for them that time. Scalpel gonna go ahead and call out the early burst.
Just tossing items out. Just trying to pollute the screen with some visual noise. Meteors actually came out. Unfortunately, Robbieonthebobby calling out the side swap Crow. And now...
Love us some wall bounce combo here. Exiled showing their stuff. And again, you're gonna have to go to the dentist for how hard we're fighting on the full the damage. Okay. Oh, alright. Hold on. The back end of that flag is showing some damage. Alright.
Absolutely.
You know what? It's been a long time since I've seen it. Cost a lot more, but you know what? Still to the same effect for the PRC Super. And now Exiled gonna go ahead and try to make this an even game.
Absolutely. Exiled wanting this to be tonight, wanting this to be the last match for both of these players tonight. It feels like Robbieonthebobby forcing burst out of Exiled.
Ooh, that wasn't a whip punish, but definitely going to be a lot of damage, sending it all the way. Now we get some time to see if we can try our luck. The bombs are definitely appearing.
Forward throw incident.
You know what, growing boy is going to need those bananas.
Absolutely. Burst now taken off of Robbie's side. We just let the reversal rock. This isn't going to do a lot of damage. Robbie should still be alive here.
Air caught the backdash, and you know what? It's back to 2-2. Exiled fighting through and through.
Yes, and we got one more game left to play for these two tonight. This is probably going to be the last match for both of these players, as we have 2 minutes now left in the ladder. And if you're either of these players, you want to end tonight with a W, no doubt about it.
Last game so far, it has been a tussle between these two, but so far Exiled has been playing the C, or at least been playing well based off of how well their items have been pulling up. Earlier they were doing well, mid-game they weren't doing not so well, but now we're gonna see how is the RNG gods gonna go ahead and prey upon Exiled. But you know what, with one thing that's definitely hasn't been luck is the amount of back throws coming from Exiled.
Absolutely. Robbieonthebobby just throwing up a TP, just trying to break out of the corner and bring Exiled over to the opposite. Exiled forced to bring out the burst.
Hold on, I did not know burst actually. Wait, oh no, that actually might have been the golf swing taking away the horn at that moment. I thought it was actually the burst activation, but another horn gonna go ahead, pop up, and I think he's gonna grab it while he gives my man a haircut. Gotta take the overhead chemicals, not being safe for your dome piece, and that's gonna be Exiled now on set point.
Yeah, Exiled getting a little spicy snack on the way out the door, but here we go on match point. Robbieonthebobby trying to even things up this game.
Ooh, great 6P and an even better combo to switch corners. But you know what? My man's been tired of the back throws. He's getting some of his own.
Exiled. Good mash out. Robbieonthebobby forced full screen, and we're just tossing items.
Yeah, especially with that banana peel on the floor and in the mini Faust. Gonna go ahead. I thought that was gonna actually be a mini Faust open for a second the way he was coming in.
Yeah, I thought so too. And here we go. Golden opportunity for Robbieonthebobby. Finds the killing route, and we are all tied up. Final game, final round for tonight's ladder.
Getting started early is gonna be Robbie. And caught him stepping on the J's. Yeah, I got to back him off too. You gotta go ahead and return the favor. You step on my J's, I'm gonna need to take your life.
Time to take to the air because of the banana peel. Life bars just about even on both sides, and Robbie sneaks in a hit, brings Exiled to the corner, but Exiled with the scalpel dive.
Unfortunately, Robbie actually dropping the combo that could have been a wall break, finding the counter hit 2K. Now we got him in the corner. What's the setup? The scalpel means we get the heavy hit, enough to kill before we get the burst, and fought hard Exiled. gonna go ahead and take another added match to his total
Faust
in winning the game.
wins. On themselves, they blame the beasts.
Oh, let
Right.
the intros rock. All right.
Especially for our first match of top 8, especially with Millia having the alternate light color too. Look at that, the essence, the aura even.
Millia.
Yeah, the cell shaded Millia versus the EX color.
Let's rock.
Here we go.
Yeah, we're going for full anime here when it comes to this set, but so far, all right, just outside. No one giving a single inch, only a matter of time before you get the approach. Oh, and the plus frames off of the Fujo art from that stun dipper. Yeah, you're gonna go ahead and have to burst that just to make sure you dismount those plus frames.
And I do also want to shout out, by the way, Kensei literally walked himself back into the corner before even starting the engage. And here we are, DainsLeif looking for an opening. The run-in finds a hit. And look at that air combo, getting the Artemis, bringing us right back to the other screen.
Even for Millia, that was already a lot of damage. Trying to do a little bit of a jab to push you out of range, and that was just enough to actually take the kill. Kensei on first blood coming into this top 8.
Absolutely, 2K2D to start off the mix. Kensei getting counter hit. Now having to guess again, this time opposite side, able to mash out though.
Gotta be honest, when it comes to these strings, Millia dropping just a little bit. Fire Claw taking a trade, but we only have so much HP to work with for Kensei.
Oh, that could have been disastrous for Kensei. That definitely could have been the round end with the low capel. But Kensei, one more lease on life. DainsLeif doesn't confirm the kill immediately. Instead, just gives Kensei a brief glimpse of hope before shutting the door.
Ooh, 6P being blocked actually at that moment, but the Just Guard started to come out, and DainsLeif started to get a little bit into a flow, sitting just outside those ranges while Kensei's swinging and lands that hit.
Right now, no burst to work with. The big counter hit for Kensei. He's gonna make this combo hurt. Can't kill, no tension either. He's just gonna have to take the soft knockdown.
Not only that, the static is on there. No being able to evade it, getting the hit in, pushing Kensei into a corner, but your toes got caught on the oncoming stun dipper from Meter, the classic. And Kensei gonna be taking the first game.
Always important in these tournaments to take that first game, get that early advantage. Now DainsLeif. Yeah, I don't know if DainsLeif has an alternate. Just sticking with the Millia though.
So far, what I've seen, DainsLeif doesn't have the alternate, or at least, you know, as I have seen, it's always been the Millia, true and true. So far, not doing too bad against the Kai. I just think it's just those certain moments that's actually been catching DainsLeif off guard, or just in a moment where they get caught by a stray button, but that's what Kai does. Being able to get those stray hits just like that on the far wrist, the RC. Yeah, we're trying to burst early. You do not need to let Kensei get the meter lead, but it does just that.
K2D stun dipper combo, getting the full conversion, can't kill just yet. DainsLeif, one more shot. Get the scoop! We got some scoops out here.
DainsLeif tread the skies carefully, and look at this, just checking you on your button to see if you're gonna do anything else. Missing the punish on that. A little bit disrespectful for straying with these 2Ps. Snatch up, hard knockdown, time to taste this stun edge.
Major arc again, applying pressure. DainsLeif getting opened up. The full sacred edge in order to break the wall down and apply the static. DainsLeif does have burst to work with, but Kensei, a near insurmountable advantage. Wait a second though.
Ooh, good blocks coming out from Kensei, but not being able to block the last minute stagger. Gotta be careful though. We've seen that Kensei is being really good in the air to air. Are you gonna burst? being able to get past it though, the mix. Ooh, caught you low, blocking on the other side, but we got defense on our side, and Kensei finding the far S just to take the next game.
Kensei now 2-game lead. DainsLeif just scratching and clawing, trying to make their way back in here. But it's looking all Kensei right now. Will DainsLeif make the adaptation, or is Kensei going to advance with the perfect 3-0? Time to find out.
Duel 1.
DainsLeif is gonna have to find something here. This is loser side, so it's gonna be the last chance for both of these players of who moves on and who is fully out from Paragon tonight.
Kensei, yeah, able to get the better of that little scramble. No, DP gets baited out. DainsLeif able to bring it to the corner. Kensei finally pulls the trigger on the burst though.
Alright, getting hit with a little bit of meter on their side, keeping it close. Undipper blocked the RC Classic, being able to push them back. But now Kensei finding the counter hit, and now you gotta deal with the added on pressure. The plus frames are currently added on, and the wrist is cranked with the burst bait. Unfortunate for DainsLeif as Kensei is ready on set point.
Kensei is in DainsLeif's walls right now, knows exactly what he's going to go for, and here we go. Kensei, all gas, no brakes, all momentum behind him. DainsLeif has to find some way to slow it down.
If anything, he needs to find a way to get past this far S that has been a wall from approach. And it's gonna go again. Dire, a claw to break the wall. Looking real dire for DainsLeif. The hair car all the way through just to get hit out of the air and down to the ground. Some big scary matches. Millia versus the Potemkin. Speed Demon versus Damage. Let's get it.
Yeah, and again, a rematch between both of these two. Power almost taking their first set, but Vortix looking to repeat.
Ooh, hold on, the big counter hit leg. You didn't even get hit by the toes. You got hit by the knee.
Yeah, 19-second round there for Vortix. A very speedy one, not on the speedster though. And here we go, Power taking the lead for the second round.
And we already do see the change. Power actually, other than the reset, going for the wall break, going for it this time. Yeah, not only that, we're going for the winger for that hard knockdown. We're gonna rev it up with some mix. I don't know what's gonna happen, but immediate bad move, nothing to cover it, by the way.
Definitely not, but Vortix using that Heavenly Potemkin Buster as an escape option. Power able to find the opening, should be able to get the kill.
And getting the kill with the Artemis, with a perfect. Not afraid to actually just commit, making sure that, you know, you usually do go for the option of not giving your opponent meter and not going for the super, but right there, going for short.
Absolutely. Now Power though on the back foot. Vortix should be able to find the kill. Does so. Vortix, a blisteringly fast perfect, takes that first game.
Looking at some similarities going back to their latter matches, but this time even when taking the wall as Power, we're still being able to catch up in damage for Potemkin. Just need a few moments of your time, madam, just to get some damage.
If I could have a moment of time to talk about our Lord and Savior Potemkin Buster.
Yes. Oh, but I like that immediate reaction, going for the Mirage on the other side to make sure we dodge the Hammerfall. But now we're stuck in the corner. 6P escape. A little bit of deer in headlights, but you know what? Gold burst, not where we want to be. Late PRC, yeah, we got to burst there.
Absolutely, life bars just about even, although when that is the factor, Millia is actually behind. Able to get a really nice chunk of damage from that confirm, and now Vortix got counter hit, thankfully. Power not ready for it.
Oh no, no way, dude. I swear that must have been at least 48 frames of wait time just to go from a PRC to cancel again for the second command grab. And now we're getting into picking and choosing our damage. Stunned for so long, but Power getting away with some of the damage.
Absolutely, Power. That last round could have been theirs, but Vortix, like a thief in the night, stealing it, trying to just brazenly take this one in the middle of the day, does so. Vortix takes a 2-game lead in the blink of an eye. Power. What is your response?
Whatever it is, I hope it's good, because I know it's tough when you actually do have to approach a character with, like, Potemkin. You don't have any real disjoints, so you're going to have to play it safe just outside the ranges and then make do with whatever scraps you get on a hard KD.
All right, here we go. Potential last game for Power, needs this one to stay alive. Vortix, a very solid lead to start things off as we hit that 10-second mark. Power already having to use burst. Oh, a very hard read from Vortix, not panning out though.
I feel like that's a little bit of a showcase of that Vortix is feeling himself, having a 2-0 lead over Power and a Mega Fist just to seal the deal on the next round. Vortix now on set point.
Now, Power, what's your response?
Oh my god, change it up just a little bit. Artemis getting hit by the Mega Fist. Now we're starting to throw out that far S ranges, getting the counter hit. We're gonna get Winger from this, get the super. No, Artemis instead wants to keep the meter.
Absolutely, but here we go. Post-wall break situation. The flick to force Power back, but Power right back in Vortix's face. Here comes the Winger. The wall damage will not be enough to kill, but Power just needs to find a single hit. Oh,
okay. And you know what? Yeah, he's going to go ahead and do that. When you have 2 games up, it means we can go ahead and spend some of the meter how we want to, when we want to. But Power is on the losing side of this match and has to find a way through it. This is a very amazing start. Try to see if you were going to get the burst just outside. Backdash. Nice movement. Nice stuff.
Bit deep. Counter hit. Jump in. Does have to reset though. Garuda impact actually forcing Power to the corner, and that's it!
Unfortunate. In the final moments, you know you're gonna get hard knocked down. You're staring Garuda. Alright, A.B.A, the jealousy monster when it comes to the screen. But so far, that 2K, oh my gosh. You know what? A.B.A does have a decent amount of buttons that can actually deal with some of the incoming buttons from May, but good defense overall I'm seeing from Flowedup, but the baited burst is going to be what spares Miracle's chance, and Orca coming through, hard knockdown.
That Flowedup on the back foot, tries to backdash a jump in throw attempt. Miracle reading correctly, able to take that first round. Now Flowedup at a resource disadvantage. Miracle 2K 2D up Dolphin, using the Wild Assault for the wall stick, just doesn't get the break.
Alright, so far Flowedup trying to find a way to get their offense started. Even though we haven't seen much of them play, it's only been Miracle showcasing all of his buttons. And here we go, getting started with the key command grab. If you're gonna get hit, that means it's gonna be blocked. Getting up the jealousy, full rage, by the way. We're definitely trying to keep our boyfriend to ourselves.
Absolutely. Oh, what a jump in counter hit. Miracle using the reversal, and we try to punish the beach ball, but we're just too far away. Miracle draws first blood.
Yeah, that was real unfortunate. Looked like Flowedup really wanted to try to hit the beach ball on the way down. Actually, very smart awareness too if you're able to do it, because it's going to extend that hitbox, or at least extend the active frames of that hit while Mei is trying to approach. So I saw the vision just a little bit too early for my liking.
Ooh, here we go. Game 2. What a round start. Already
Here we go now. Okay, able to call back some of our craziness just for a little bit, but we're gonna pop it just yet again. Stop there, says the 5P on the way in. Okay, I like it. Jealousy down, pick it back up. Now we can go ahead, start setting the agenda.
Jealousy Rage burning away. We're forced into the manual D transformation. Able to get the key grab for a little bit of a refund, but we're right back in it. Miracle though, just needs to burn a little bit of time, but Flowedup finds the hit. Should be able to kill from here.
We're having plenty of meter needed to confirm the kill. Now we're starting to see what this A.B.A is all about. Being able, okay, Just Guard in the air means we get a punish on the ground. And look at that, now the offense is starting to add up, and so is this meter game. Breaking the throw, watch out for the dolphin.
But the manual D transformation as the Jealous Rage runs out. Now Flowedup needs to find a way to get back that meter. Miracle needs to crack open this defense where they can.
Anxiety is still real low, especially when it comes to being able to defend our boyfriend. But the Battle Orca coming through, another hard knockdown, but Flowedup does have a meter to work with. BRC backdash, I love it, but we're not going to be able to get a conversion from it.
Grab gets blocked, but we now have enough gauge to transform. There we go. Dolphin stops the approach, but now Flowedup, a really solid hit. But run down a meter.
Oh, but the BRC coming through and makes the mistake on the hit throw. Only so much jealousy left, but the Dolphins have come through. Our friends are the ones that help us out in the end.
Absolutely, and now one round apiece. Flowedup a little behind on the first war, but that Jealous Rage is definitely the great equalizer right now.
Setting it up, not using it fully. There we go. Now we have the full front of it and a good amount. Overhead, so quick, so furious, just as much as this character. But we're going to slow things down with that burst. And Miracle goes right back in the offense.
Absolutely, we're back into the Jealous Rage though. Miracle, big counter hit. Gonna try and make this as long as possible. Just has to take the wall break though.
Still has plenty of jealousy. Gonna spend it on the super. Gonna be a lot of plus frames for your side and plenty of jealousy to actually finish out the round. Yes, it will be. And a close flash just to finish off. Flowedup, putting one on the board.
Absolutely. Flowedup and Miracle all tied up. Things looking a little dicey for Flowedup there. Part way through, able to lock in, win that game, and now Miracle, your time to serve.
So far, it's a 1-1 standing. You know that advantage of having that 2-1 over your opponent when it comes to a situation like this. But look at that. Already waiting just a little bit longer, finding their opportunity, and look at the Kara dash on that. Now we're in the corner with so much jealousy and meter on top of it. Right up front, he's yo, and Flowedup getting a combo right after as well.
Alright, this is sick. Flowedup showing the tech. A perfect read as well. Able to take that first round. Miracle. Oh no, the run-up getting punished. Flowedup immediately into Jealous Rage. Actually transformed out.
You know what? Okay, being able to block, and because we are able to transform out means we get so much to our disposal. But right now, we're getting it waved down, activating burst. Knows that you have 2 meters on deck, and now you're probably gonna get hit by the mix. Yep, that's exactly what happened. Last guess, hit super to get more jealousy, and a hard knockdown means we're gonna see a left-right. No, the pause. My man stood there, looked at him real quick, said, hey, guess what? What? You're dead.
the no mix-up there at the very end. Flowedup, we are seeing just how they have made their match wins tonight. Up 2-1, just needs one to advance to winner side final.
Using nothing but fear tactics on that mini stop. Nothing but a woman scorn just to be able to punish. Oh, there we go. Early Jealous Rage, Dolphin coming through, but pressing even on the hit. It is neutral when it connects, so it's going to be whoever is able to get that first button out.
Miracle, a lot worse for Ware, having to hold this pressure. Looking for an opening, able to escape. Now, Jealous Rage for Flowedup.
Oh, and the anti-air on the Dolphin. Gotta watch out now. Overhead blocked, but you weren't ready for the second one. You weren't ready for the third one either. Third time's the charm is gonna be Flowedup setting at set point.
Miracle, down a burst. Flowedup, all the momentum behind them, immediately going into the Jealous Rage. Miracle doing everything that they can to try and make this a game, but Flowedup is ready. The transformation just to go into the super.
Yeah, so far Flowedup just playing amazing. If anything, the flow is definitely up when it comes to this man's state. And now going into the super just to add on more jealousy. One mix could be all she wrote, but going in for the low baited burst, and then you're done. 3-1 for Flowedup, and we get to see why they made it so far into the ladder and even further.
Nan.
Ooh, okay, look at the colors showing out from these guys. I'm loving the orange.
Orange on orange.
Oh, reaching out. Lasagna Slayer sending out the level 3 drone. Gonna go ahead, hold down the neutral. AI covering his back. But he said it's gonna be nothing but the man. Go ahead, getting him in a headache.
Alright.
Okay, people's elbow.
Yeah, using the elbow, getting the full conversion, breaking the wall down. Nan looking for an opening, goes low after the pressure. And Tyrant Barrel, I like this screen a little bit more.
Ooh, but you know what, so far we do have... Oh, tried to check with the 2P, going in the triple Behemoth. I thought I was going to see a fourth right there. A little bit scary, but blocking every single one. Nan defense on 10, and making sure we're keeping 10 toes down on that as well.
Actually was in chip range there at the very end. I'm pretty sure a third air or another air Behemoth Typhoon would have actually chipped Nan out there. Thankfully though, Lasagna Slayer pulling out the minigun in order to seal things off. Now, second round starting, Lasagna Slayer already down a burst. Nan using Water Assault to bring it to the corner, and now Nan dictating the pace.
So far, trying to keep him in the corner. Oh, just outside the range. I'm surprised you didn't even get touched by the drone, getting us escaping from Death's Door. But now the classic BRC Behemoth Typhoon, and now you're taking all the damage and then some.
Available for Nan now. Lasagna Slayer actually gonna get sent right back through the wall. It's been one wall break after another for both of these two.
Ooh, non-stop, just a 5P just to guess, but 2P just outside, trying to stay out of range. Another level 3 drone just outside, gonna be stuck in block stun. Gotta get past all of these Behemoths, uses the burst, knows that we have a bar meter on deck, but it's not gonna matter as Lasagna Slayer takes the first game.
All right, and now the question is, will Nan stick with Sin, or are they going to want to switch? Looks like we're just hopping right back in. Yep, it is going to be the Sin.
So far, it didn't look like there was, it was so one-sided. The Sin is definitely getting the job done, but sometimes when you're playing against an elite player like Lasagna Slayer, you're gonna have to make some choices. But that's already gonna be 2 great ones as we're able to use the Wild Assault to break the glass.
Yeah, the challenge on the drone resulting in the wall break situation. Lasagna Slayer, a lot worse for Ware, but immediately tying up the life bars. Safe jump RTL just to get out of the way.
You know what? I like it. Using the bar meter, but burn it down. Time for you to get over here and let us have a conversation. But luckily, that conversation is going to be cut short as he drops the combo.
Now, Nan bringing it to the other side of the screen. The anti-air counter hit, resulting in the wall break. Lasagna Slayer not dead yet, still has a guess left in them.
Oh, the just guard on the 5H. That was great stuff. Putting him in the corner, jump, blue RC. Wanted to see if he tried to do a YRC of his own. RTL out of the corner. This is looking too dicey for my liking. So let's go back there to complete this round for me.
What a round finish there. And so smart by Nan as well. Now, Lasagna Slayer able to strip Nan a burst. Has to give up a burst of their own, though, very shortly. Now we're just playing the neutral game. Nan finds the hit, though.
Yeah, it's rising a little bit too high for Nan's liking. Anti-air, a little bit of a mini shimmy on the way down. Trying to work your nerves up just a little bit, but Lasagna Slayer holding strong, setting out the AI to go ahead and hold down the neutral.
Absolutely.
Oh my god.
Oh, the BT reaching so far away. We're swinging the coffin, dealing as much damage as we can. And not dead yet, though. But the trade will seal it up. Lasagna Slayer ties the round count.
Even though Sin has some really good buttons, that flagpole might as well be an extension of oneself, especially with his own hitbox. So, gotta watch your toes, gotta watch everything and then some, gotta watch the back of your neck. He's trying to bait out the burst as well. What a sequence.
Yeah, Nan not fighting though, knows that there will be a better opportunity in the future to invest this burst in, and here we go. Golden opportunity. Lasagna Slayer stuck against the corner. We're playing Street Fighter 6. We've got 3. There's the overhead. No fake out. 4th throw in a row.
Oh my goodness. I don't know what I was looking at, the multiple back-to-back throws just to go into the last moment of, all right, you've got 5 throws. Guess what? You're gonna get the jabs and you're gonna like it.
When taking the throw goes wrong, Nan just really treating it like it was Street Fighter 6 there at the very end. We're all tied up with games as we head into this very important 3rd game.
So far, just playing a little bit of air fighting. Okay, Big Driver stays into the corner, playing again another air game, and this time realizing he does have a DP too high for the 5P, but not being able to take their top. Oh my god, the limber. My man Goldlewis stretches, okay? He got toes that can reach up there all the way into the super. You're gonna finish him off.
Absolutely, just reaching as high as you can, bringing that kid back down to earth. DP once again getting baited, and now Nan forced to watch their life drain away. Not dead yet, though. Does have burst available.
Right, good just guard and defense coming from Lasagna Slayer, trying to find their way in, but Emit knows that they have everything and then some. The tap dust. Let me check your bar real quick. You look like you're getting very comfortable. Too comfortable enough to actually be on a kill.
Now Nan going to have to basically, oh my god, just steal this life bar back. No, Lasagna Slayer ready with the scoop.
That was a crazy last moment. It was looking real good for Nan. That last minute gold burst had me at the edge of my seat. I'm like, okay, miss throw again to gold burst whiff. Then you're gonna go air to air blue RC, but you get snatched out of the air. What an unfortunate situation.
Here we go. Nan sticking with the Sin at this point. Ride or die. Lasagna Slayer 1 game away from advancing and sending Nan to have to face down the Potemkin of Vortix.
Sitting just outside that range, I like it. Using that far S, long buttons, and waiting out the drone. Great patience and awareness for Nan. 2K playing around, Lasagna Slayer, trying to be able to make sure hit around. Yeah, you're gonna go into the skies while I bring you right back down to earth. But Nan fighting their way out of the corner. We've been back to back, coast to coast when it comes to these guys.
Yeah, taking a full tour of this stage right now. Nan bringing Lasagna Slayer back down to earth, getting the full damage out of that tumble. Level 1 drone, so it's not that scary. But Nan still having danger called on them. Lasagna Slayer sticks out the coffin.
Watching your toe, Nan on defense. Didn't watch his dome piece, however. And now he's going to have to deal with getting pushed in. A late DP means you're going to spell the rest of your life on the other side of the round. And Lasagna Slayer going to look find a way to close this out.
Potential final round, Lasagna Slayer on match point. Nan needs 2 straight in order to bring us to game 5. Jump D, or the air-to-air.
Oh, walking back, it looks like it's gonna be the answer as we use the heavy behemoth to get you even closer to death. Looking untouched for Goldlewis, gotta watch out on a sliver. This drone is gonna be crucial. Tap first, and we're looking at our final moments.
That is it. The elbow check by Lasagna.
That opening gambit. Far distance buttons and ones that can be heavily counter-hitted by Mei is sometimes the fear that most players don't even want to deal with. So, Kensei, whatever you choose, buddy, don't let me hear the faded words. It looked like it could have been there, but it's going to rough start for Miracle, trying to get a counter hit of their own, but Kensei pushing them closer to the corner.
Yeah, definitely Kensei giving respect on the round start with the run-up block, and here we go. Kensei already taking more than half health from Miracle before Miracle finally gives up the burst. Now Miracle looking for an opportunity, just runs into an air button.
Yeah, Kensei doing a really good job keeping Mei at that certain hope range, you know what I mean? It's been such a dictated pace by Kensei, but now Mei finally getting in and making that pace of her own, and it's looking like it's picking up speed. Ooh, tap dust from a distance. Yeah, that caught even me.
There's RTL. Kensei closing out the first round with style.
Duel 2.
Yes, good stuff from Kensei, recognizing that burst meter, getting ever so closely to being full, and doesn't want to give Miracle the chance to come back.
Right, but here we go. Kensei, early lead. Fireball blocked, shock state applied though. Miracle looking for an opening, but Kensei, a good poke out. Just unable to convert into big damage.
Ooh, caught my man reaching for the people's elbow, and that far button gonna go ahead and get the offense started. Quick check from Kensei. Yeah, we're not gonna let anything bypass us.
Oh no, a big opportunity unfortunately gets dropped on Kensei. We do have more than 50% tension though. Again, 5 keys just nickel and diming Miracle right now. A big counter hit. Goes for a small reset. Art does get blocked.
Careful though, that stun is still on as the 5K long active check, and we do a little bit of a dance. Shall I have it, my lady, as we get the close last finish, and that's going to be Kensei, 1 on the board.
An all-important one indeed. Just 2 games away from making it to losers semi-final tonight. Miracle dusting themselves off, just hopping right back on the station. We'll see what can they represent, what adaptation is going to be made.
Ooh, all right, starting off with the 6P immediately, but ran straight into a block stun edge, and now that's going to spell so much damage for Kensei. And with the Sacred Edge breaking the dome.
That is a lot of damage indeed. Miracle, shock state still applied. Actually uses the anchor scoop in order to clip Kensei's ankles. And look at that damage. Immediate response.
Immediate spot response with no meter behind it, by the way, Pope. We just saw the damage Kensei dished out, but we saw it dished right back. Oh, the Super or Battle Orca gonna go ahead and get the reversal needed to get past, but we only have so much HP left. It can be taken down by Chip if we're not careful.
Both players very close to death. Kensei finds it with the air-to-air. Now Miracle and needs to find some way to get back into this match.
Look at that, both of these characters showing their buttons, knowing that's going to be that far S and that 5H2. Oh, going under. Okay, but punish with the 2H, and look at this corner carry along with the Battle Orca hard KD.
A lot of damage dealt. Miracle, no. Kensei ready with a DP and a back throw as well. Miracle investing 50 on the FD and able to get the kill. Miracle staying alive in this game.
Alright, oh, immediate dolphin cancel, taking a little bit of a surprise for Kensei. Now Kensei just opting to hold back just a little bit to see if we can build some meter along the way. Just outside of the range, getting hit, no Fujo arc right back. We've seen that a lot from Kensei.
Block on the attempted overhead. Miracle. No, gets clipped. We're certainly going to go through the wall.
Dire problem that we're going to have that stun on us on the transition. Oh, catching the ledge on a far distance stun dipper.
Yeah, Miracle using the burst, forcing Kensei in corner. One hit can spell disaster for both sides. Miracle finds it first though.
He drops it though, but being able to get a grab off of the counter hit. We dropped it in the final moments, but able to pick up our food in the last.
Oh boy. Okay. All right. Scary situation for Miracle, able to clutch it out though, and now we are all tied up. Now Kensei,
Duel 1.
it's time for you to serve.
Still going out some of these moves, caution reaching for that throw. It looks like we're not gonna have it, and we're gonna burst just to make sure we keep the damage to a minimum.
Shock state being applied, but Miracle, the big counter hit, forcing Kensei to burst. Now Fuja arc.
Was that a T-Eye before I saw the stun edge? Hold on, is Kensei starting to feel himself a bit?
Maybe. We're definitely going through the wall with this one. Miracle, one touch left on their side.
Oh, no, running up for something. Trying to get close for a quick hello, but one of them were taking some evil deeds in the long run.
Okay. Run up 2P, alright. Kensei.
Yeah, just trying to be able to keep you on your toes, but so far these 6Ks are doing way more than just that.
Most definitely. Burst now available for Miracle. Just matches out the back throw. Kensei, a bad FD, and Miracle all over it.
A scary attempt at the deflect means that we're going to have the counter hit frame be active for so long, and Miracle being able to bring it back even entirely. Now that next game is going to matter so much. Who's going to have the advantage later on? Right, it was stunned again. Against the wall, DP burst. We are trying to make sure we get no advantages, but Kensei has a little bit of burst meter, ever so growing. Catch the backdash with the close slash.
Dolphin connects. Kensei stuck against the corner. Miracle. Oh, doesn't stay safe. Kensei DPing out.
Yeah, what a scary DP, but it works out for Kensei. And look at that, the offense probably gonna finish you off with the last bit from this RC. Enough? No, not enough. And not only that, not finishing their food. But as I say that, it says, hey, Jin, go ahead, calm down. I got this. Do you know who I am? That I do, Kensei. That I do.
We all see the fit, Kensei. Don't worry. 2-1 in his favor right now. Miracle needs this game. Otherwise, Kensei going to move on to loser semifinal. Going to have to fight the winner of Nan and Vortix.
Duel 1.
Kensei having that bust game up, running face first into a counter hit 6P and a blocked DP at that. Miracle having a little bit of already a casual run, and this is looking like a speed run by how much the damage is adding up.
Most definitely, Kensei. Oh, good patience by Kensei. It'll find an opening. Miracle gives up first. And a big counter hit for Kensei. Able to get the wall stick. Dragon install for the wall break.
Okay, hard knockdown, dragon install. It's our time to shine. But you know what? I'm sorry to tell you, the tale is old as time. Dragon install to lose.
Valiant effort by Kensei. Unfortunately, does not work. Miracle now 1 round away from bringing us to an all-important Game 5. Kensei goes air to air. No! An awkward bounce!
Awkward position, not being able to get the combo that they want, but I even better confirm with the charge while the salt the super.
Paul, 50% on their side, also has burst. PRC catches Kensei in the air, just unable to get the follow-up, and now Miracle. When do you burst? Do you burst at all? You can't burst, but you're able to take it with you for this final set.
Yeah, I wouldn't imagine Miracle spending the burst, and it looks like they're not going to be taking it into the next round where they have it ready, but so does Kensei in a few moments.
Dog state
on right there.
Ooh. Immediate burst out from Kensei.
Two. Oh no, another stun dipper going, sorry, not stun dipper, stun edge going into the Oki. And so far we have been chipping down Miracle, but you know what? Nothing like a made counter hit just to have some clarity.
And look at that damage. No super for the hard knockdown, but 1 touch for either side now.
Oh, dragging and
taking it all.
Okay, catching the toes, elongated stun dipper, a triple DP coming up. Yep. And you know what? Every now and again, you will see it happen. And not only that, to claim the set versus Miracle. Vortix been able to escape some real dangerous scenarios, playing life on the edge, if you know what I mean. But so far, there's going to be another character that actually can do somewhat decent against Potemkin, especially when it comes to that mid-range.
Absolutely. Yeah. Sin also known to deal big damage whenever he feels like it, so only has to win a couple of exchanges.
Ooh, elbow, okay, on the way down. Want to make sure you keep those toes on the ground. The DP clashing, and you know what? I did see some posts about DP clash into the Potemkin JD for the throw. So I think Man's been on Twitter plenty of times to realize that tag.
I didn't even know that was possible.
I heard it's possible with 6P2, but you know what? I'd be scared to do that against the Potemkin JD.
Oh no, burst getting baited out from Nan, and there we go, Vortix.
Duel 2.
Taking Nan for a ride, winning that first round.
Stands in the air, where it looks like Vortix wants to be able to get that hit heavy on the way down to get some of his offense started. But Nandan's picking it back up, backing up the Hammerfall. Gonna get us out of a situation, and you know what? Putting Nandan into a dire one. No PRC change just because we wanted to make sure you are holding up for us to hit this heat level.
And then, oh no, trying to challenge the butt slam, unfortunately gets clipped.
And ride like he wants to carry it all the way to home. Plenty of damage, and we still have a stick of butter ready to use for cooking.
Taking off a Vortix. Here we go, though.
Ooh, okay, using the meter to escape the scenario, but your legs get caught. No.
Yeah, not blocking low there at the very end. Vortix drawing first blood. Nan. Are we going to see a character swap? No, sticking with the Sin. All right.
No, you just need to give your opponent a little bit of time. It's just the second game, so probably just taking some time just to, you know, well, for one, to reset the match, but overall, just giving him time to himself, a little bit of a breather, check his notes, so on and so forth. So far, look at that. Already you see the change of pace. Didn't even do anything. All he did was just walk back, see what Vortix wanted to do. But look at that. Now he's playing that mid-range, and I like it. Beat driver already getting Vortix on his toes and baiting his burst.
And then already able to strip Vortix of the burst, but now having to hold this block string. Looking for an opening. Finds it with a big jump in counter hit. Has to give up their own burst though.
You know, it makes me wonder if Sin is not actually able to get some of these clashes against the armor to immediate DP. But right now, that's not going to be the worry as we get the Heat Knuckle. I think this might be a kill. It definitely will be, but that's not going to be one when you drop the combo. And now, Nandan has plenty of meter RTL. Is this going to be? No, it's not going to be the finish. Oh, wait, we have the extra bar to kill. It will be.
Hey, yo, all right.
Time is in the air for Nandan's liking. Mega Fist knows that we're going to be getting out the corner one way or another.
Armor eats the poke from Nandan, and here we go. Vortix now ample opportunity. Nandan, though, using the DP, taking their turn back, and now looking for the opening. Good jump on the Mega Fist, but the burst doesn't find anything.
Both bursts spent, but you know what? Both bursts are on the table for both of the players, which means we're sitting at a little bit of even HP as we try to build our way. We're gonna get it, and yep, Tyrant Ray.
Tyrant coming out. Vortix. Little worse for wear. Needs to find an opening. Nandan scouts it out though. Shuts down the attempt at the comeback. Nandan ties up the game count in the blink of an eye.
You know what? That breather must have done wonders for Nandan. Seeing the immediate change going into that game too. So far, he was sticking out with the buttons, seeing what he could pick out from the offense from Vortix, but now he just realized he is going to back off, seeing the different ranges between these two characters.
Mankind knew. Duel 1.
Hey.
Let's rock.
Now we're getting a little bit into a flow state, backing up to get right back in. I like the change from Nandan. And now we're fighting our way out of a corner, holding still. Look at where he's just moving back and forth from, but a bad...
Getting Potemkin busted. Again, another burst that doesn't find anything. Vortix scouting out another DP. Should be able to find the kill.
And you know what? You didn't have to do this, Vortix. If anything, this is going to give him a little bit more meter going into the next match for burst. but sending a statement to Nan saying, I'm gonna take this game.
Nan already bringing Vortix to the corner. First taken off Vortex's side, but Nan immediately closing the distance. Counter hit, no follow-up, but we're starting to play some strike throw.
Strike throw with the kick flip PRC, faking you out just a little bit, seeing if you are at home and if the lights are on. Look at that, yeah, sitting just outside that far S range and that 6P range, catching the cancel from the Hammerfall break.
2K, 2D, there's Garuda, forcing Nan back. Closing distance, we're looking for an opening. Vortix gets stopped though.
Oh, tried to go in for a run-up throw and getting the burst baited. Vortix so close to winning the game. Watch out, 6P trying to get some little jump D shenanigans. Oh, but being able to block that on the way down, Vortix, I need you to check your bloodstream because I don't know how you were able to have so much defense.
Oh my God, that was... Okay. That was insane. That was like 3 very close interactions that either player could have died at that moment. Vortix was almost assuredly going to die at one point had he not had that burst ready at the very end. And Vortix able to escape with his life up 2-1 now. Here we go.
Now, I said first and early actually going to be Man. And so far, these JDs are starting to show up a lot more in Vortix's play. Trying to see if he's able to actually get some plus frames on the way down, but you know what? Vortix is going to need to do something a little bit better.
Spending the 50, so that way we get the hard knockdown and the tension gain. Nan able to find the second hit. RTL coming out. We do have the 50 for the extension. Not enough to kill though, but we do have positive bonus. We're going to try and milk it just a little bit for that first. Vortix using the heavenly Potemkin Buster as a movement option, only delaying the inevitable. Nan, immediate answer back.
Alright, jumping back with the JH, being able to again stay out of range, but these jump Ds so far need to be dealt with. Garuda, double Garuda, because you know the second one is practically guaranteed. It just hit the hit in to break the armor, closing in. I don't know how long your fingers are, but they were long enough just to go for the command grab to super. I find this highly disrespectful, but you know what? When you got the round up, we're gonna finish in style. Vortix on set point.
Nan just looking to bring us to game 5 at this point. First, even on both sides. Who is going to blink first? Nan, first one to find the hit. Vortix, first one to give up first, but a bad VP immediately getting punished.
Not only that, gonna tap on 2 Garudas for the chip, which means you're already sitting at life. Nan's gotta be careful. Jumping out, holding north, gotta probably do it again. Holding true to the block. Great patience and stuff. But again, now I'm seeing why the JDs are working so well. 2 attempts on the anti-air, and both of them getting stuck by the Garudas.
Bro, incident. Vortix in a winning position. Nan makes their way out, but Vortix immediately closing the distance.
Only so much HP to work with, knowing that JD has been working so well. A cheeky Mega Fist on the way in to make it think it was the JD, but it was nothing but these hands. Finishing out the game and saying goodnight to Nan. 2P coming out from A.B.A. Oh, and we have a color change too from Flowedup. But going into this first game, winners finals, Lasagna Slayer, and already getting started with some awareness, getting into that parry to try to get some jealousy gauge started. Here we go.
I do want to shout out, thank you so much, Yokai FCC, for the raid, as we are in winners finals right now. Flowedup and Lasagna Slayer on your screen right now. Looking to take grand finals advantage. Life bar's just about even. Flowedup looking for some extra meter.
Hold on, Flowedup defense is scary right now. My man, I don't know if you saw it, but my man was actually just guarding the minigun coming out from Goldlewis, and now we have to back into a corner. You're in the wall with Jealousy right in front of you. Not gonna go ahead, siphon, change out. We want to keep the Jealousy on the transition and use it in that round.
Oh my God, this is going to be one hell of a slobber knocker. To borrow a parlance from the great JR. Lasagna Slayer already on the back foot, able to escape the corner though and start some offense on their own.
But a little bit of a drop, still a little bit of a Jealousy gauge for Flowedup to work with. Backdash right outside, not having much Jealousy gauge, and that's going to be a deactivation. But now we're going to get some chip on the way in. Deflect, out of the way, anti-air. Now you're in the corner because of burst. Oh, the back, wait, what? Okay, just a little bit of neutral, nothing much.
Maybe a little bit of technical issue. Seems to be cleared up though, as both of our players getting right back into the thick of it. Lasagna Slayer looking for the opening, finds it, just unable to, just has to go for the reset. The 5D will be enough.
Had the meter to back it up, really just got it. I don't know if he was fully sure if he would, but baiting the throw and have a full meter of Jealousy gauge. You're about to hear everything and then some with the woman scored, but you know what? Not without Lasagna Slayer fighting their way out. Very oaky Behemoth Typhoon all the way to the corner. You're not dead. Don't tell me you're dead.
I think you I thought Lasagna Slayer might have been able to sneak in something a little bit more, but Flowedup, another least on life granted, will have burst in just a moment, has to take all of this, has to take this opportunity.
Okay, blocking the wild assault, not gonna be your turn, getting hit, and now we're gonna replenish some of our Jealousy. Backdash, I think, was caught by the burn it down.
Not Flowedup. In chip range, the minigun will be enough. And Lasagna Slayer, a very scary game one, able to clutch it out.
You know what, Pope? I might be getting exactly what I asked for. That game was so close, so tight. It was such a back and forth, and it came all the way down to Flowedup getting taught down by Chip.
All right. Yeah, this is 100% the direction we're going down tonight. It is going to go down to the wire no matter what happens, whether it be a 3-0, 3-1, or the 3-2. These games are going to be nail biters.
And I can only hope that it will be. I'm loving the Guilty Gear I'm seeing, blessing my eyeballs and your screen tonight. And it's going to be seeing who's going to make it to the grand finals. And potentially these guys could see each other in grand finals if whoever is actually just feeling up for it has enough steam to make it there.
Both of our players just taking our time, making sure everything's all good. Maybe someone's just taking a big sip of water. There we go. We're all locked in. We're heading back into the arena. Lasagna Slayer up one game. Flowedup looking to respond.
Duel 1.
You know what? I believe they can so far, but that round start already calling out with the 2K2E Classic coming from Goldlewis first. Wants to keep the corner, carry a little bit early, and that means it's going to be an early offense for Lasagna Slayer, who only needs to keep doing Behemoth because there's plenty of meter in the back. Oh, and that counter hit. Yeah, first, we have a little bit of Jealousy.
Flowedup. Needs to make hay while the sun is shining. Jealous Rage Gauge. actually almost got fully depleted, able to land that key grab and another one as well. And all of a sudden, we are looking pretty healthy on the gauge. Wall break happens, load up, and a good opportunity. Able to block the white Wild Assault and correctly punish Lasagna Slayer. From the highest of highs to the lowest of lows.
And one thing for sure that was low with that jealousy gauge, but able to utilize how much meter they had and look at full jealousy gauge. She's going to be very upset for a very long time and going straight into the jealousy rage super. Hard knockdown, tons of damage, and that means we're going to have to deal with the mix that comes after. Empty low to open you up. Are you going to burst? Oh, but it could have been a win for Flowedup.
Lasagna Slayer forced to block the door super and just goes for the run-up throw. Flowedup, a fantastic response to losing that first game, ties it up.
I know things go fast when A.B.A has jealousy, but Pope, that game was a little bit too fast against a character that has a decent amount of HP as well.
Yeah, and I mean, oh boy, I hope that isn't a sign of things to come. Flowedup might be understanding the matchup now.
Here we go, a little bit of a wave pulling on to Paracelsus on the way in. More blocks, but we're able to fight out.
Yeah, here we go. We're starting to cash out that Jealous Rage. Lasagna Slayer slinging the coffin in the air. Actually, look at that damage! Holy moly!
Ooh, and canceled out, wants to recover some of that jealousy gauge and burn it down all the way in. Got smacked right into the death beam, but now we're in the corner with A.B.A having some meter to her name. Reset again, overhead block. The defense is immaculate, but you gotta do it all over again. But he's on 10. He's able to get the back throw.
Important back throw, Flowedup now having to hold it pressure, no more Jealous Rage. Flowedup actually might be in danger of chip, just takes the coffin to the face, getting caught on the backdash.
It was really tough, no jealousy gauge, but also Goldlewis having no security meter as well. So it was just single hit behemoth going on over and over again. You're not gonna pull out the Skyfish in front of my face like that. Says Flowedup, adding on to the offense. Just guard that defense finally getting opened up by the throw has been a tank when it comes to making sure we don't take damage from the Lasagna Slayer.
Lasagna Slayer though, behind in this round, but can even things up in the blink of an eye. Flowedup using YRC, trying to create an opening for themselves. Jealous Rage running low though, gets the low hit, and now commits to the D-transformation, forced into the D-transformation actually.
Watching the low backhand, getting hit by the behemoth and dropping right into the bomb, but we're able to press out. I'm about to say, not to still get a combo from that. Okay. Ooh, just outside the range, Far S looking like it's a little bit too far, and you're gonna get hit for it.
Duel 3.
Even on round count. Winner of this gonna take the important 2-1 lead. Lasagna Slayer, run up throw, sets up the drone, another throw into the drone, a big wall break.
Big wall break, but choosing not to go for the super because we're adding on even more chip because of that extra meter that we're getting from this transition. Overhead, double overhead, just to make sure we get the game 3, and now Lasagna Slayer taking the lead.
This is new territory for Flowedup tonight. Has never dropped more than a single game. Flowedup is going to have to win 2 straight to make it to grand finals with winner side advantage.
Flowedup was already building a legacy, only losing 20 games during the latter portion, now showing a little bit of the wounds that can happen. Lasagna Slayer showing that this man does bleed. But you know what? Flowedup is not one to show for it. Look at this. Stay in the corner, back where you belong.
Love the super usage there, like you said, keeping Lasagna Slayer in the corner, the overhead rings true, and we are going through the wall.
But you know what? It might not have been the transition Flowedup wanted. Now has 0 jealousy gauge, which means we're gonna have to get it naturally from hitting our opponent with whatever key moves we have.
Flowedup. Looking for an opening, trying to find an opportunity to potentially Donzai and absorb a hit, get a refund. But Lasagna Slayer staying at arm's length, but Flowedup with the blue wild assault.
Oh my gosh, able to escape the corner. Be careful. And you know what? I like it. Spend all of Skyfish and security to make sure we do not get jealousy gauge anymore, but still being able to find a hit even without the jealousy.
Very smart decision for both players. It working out in Floweup's favor, and Lasagna Slayer not taking too kindly to that round loss. A massive lead as we barely crossed the 20-second mark. We're actually not even going to cross the 20-second mark. 19 seconds for that round. And we are at match point for Lasagna Slayer.
Oh, and a straight coffin hit gonna go ahead and allow us to get the offense going. And anytime those hard knockdowns happen, it means we're wasting a little bit of jealousy meter, canceling out, getting it more close, up close and personal, trying to talk through bait players.
Throws the option, Flowedup, getting a little bit more meter. The air key grab for the wall splat immediately commits into the wall break. That jealous rage meter looking pretty healthy. Lasagna Slayer has to survive this onslaught.
Oh, but it looks like you're not going to. But how much jealousy meter do you have? Oh, I think this might be plenty to kill. And it won't be sitting on just a little bit over a pixel. Oh, it waited for the deflect. And we're gonna go to a game 5.
Okay. We have gone the distance. Lasagna Slayer and Flowedup. We're definitely gonna see these two for grand finals, no doubt about it. One of them is guaranteed to make it. The other going to have to get in the hard way through losers finals. Who is going to take winner side advantage?
Anyone. This has been a back and forth indeed, but so far, Lasagna Slayer getting pushed a little bit closer to the corner, getting a little bit more meter. Jealousy, parry, backdash, and you know what? The defense is still high on Lasagna Slayer, but getting air to air. Nothing too significant yet, but you can get opened up real good. The elbow check on the overhead, but runs it back again.
Smart burst not only clears Flowedup from the corner, but also doesn't give Flowedup an opportunity to manually de-transform. Instead, forced out no jealous rage gauge at all, and look at the resulting damage.
So far trying to catch you, but Lasagna Slayer being so on point, backdashing the attempted hit. Skyfish first. Hold on, the hero burst? Yeah, hero to 0, and it looks like that's going to be taking the lead and set point for Lasagna Slayer.
I think that might have been an accident from Flowedup. Definitely didn't. I would definitely assume didn't want to spin that burst in that spot, but here we go. We've got to make the best of a bad situation. Flowedup already in the jealous range, keeping Lasagna Slayer in the corner, the overhead once again striking true. We de-transform just to get more jealous rage back and use that key grab for the wall break.
This is a lot of, oh my god, caught you on the -3 frame. You're gonna go ahead and eat this straight super.
Typhoon doesn't connect. Instead, the YRC coming out from Flowedup, able to find the big counter hit. Should be able to cash out. Does so. We've got a final game, final round.
This is some crazy Guilty Gear strive right now, coming all the way down to the wire. But right now, Flowedup only has 50% of their burst gauge to work with.
in. I'm at the edge of my seat right now. Lasagna Slayer, side swap BT, does ring true. Lasagna Slayer looking for the wall, doesn't get it yet, but bringing Flowedup ever so closer.
I was about to say, I don't think I'm gonna get the anime finish that I want. Burst so low with so much HP reaching, but not being able to get the whiff punish. And because of the deactivation, means we're gonna get met face first with a Behemoth Typhoon, untouched on Lasagna Slayer's slide. And it's gonna be him moving on to Grand Finals tonight. Oh my goodness. It was tight now. Kensei, Vortix, going into that first gambit. What's it gonna be?
Far poke coming in for Vortix, able to get the counter hit, and now Kensei stuck against the wall. Gonna have to take a guess, actually gets the counter hit in order to escape.
All right, so far, ooh, snatched up the classic run-up command grab Kai. Ooh, but it's a little bit too far for my liking as Potemkin. Gonna have to deal with that empty jump low. Scary stuff along with this double Garuda. Watch your toes, and it looks like you weren't launching the J's close enough.
First blood drawn by Vortix for the round. Will it result in the game win? Both players with burst. As Kensei, already forced to take a defensive posture, immediately meets Vortix in the air-to-air. Vortix first to give up first.
All right, back up. Hammerball getting hit along with the backdash. And now you're going to go ahead and take some shock. Stay on the cross-up. I don't know if that was intentional, but definitely opened him up. But good defense coming up from Vortix.
Okay.
Oh, patience.
Okay, looking for an opening. Vortix using the BRC momentum in order to try and surprise Kensei. The hammer fall, armor doing its job. Kensei forced to use burst.
Vortix has been going a lot for those late game 5Hs to make sure we catch the backdash. Hammerfall, double Garuda into the frames. Oh my gosh, that could have been anything, but Flick didn't be the ender. Only so much HP left to go through.
Vortix draws first blood, taking the game. Only 2 games from making it to loser's final. By the way, technically a money match. Whenever if this gets paid.
Oh, true. Yeah, that's right. Top 2. We're all in it for the money and for the glory. And right now, Vortix having a little bit of comfortability with that +1. Ooh, oh, that was a quick response on that hammerfall, breaking the armor immediately, but still putting Kensei into a corner who's been trying to find a way to deal with some of these airs, these air moves.
A counter hit from Kensei now, bringing Vortix to mid-screen, but the armor doing its job, keeping Vortix safe. Kensei forced to give up first, and the momentum BRC from Vortix, bringing Kensei over to the corner, and a bada bang, bada boom, pop buster.
It's so scary when you hit that very far tail end Garuda, and you know the command grab Kara is gonna be on the way. Snatched out of Hammerfall. Kensei being at the ready. My man is woker than one.
Half health taken off of Vortix's side. Kensei really needs to convert this. Shock state applied.
And nice people's elbow 6P already ready on the side swap in case it happened, but getting snatched back throw incident. And gotta be careful. We've seen what happened after these Garuda's hammerfall. No cancel whatsoever. My man is in his head.
Having to use the meter gain. Vortix though.
Hammer on Vegan beat from the heavenly and able to take the round at the last moment. My man was focused up. How are you even able to do that in time?
Vortix had the right read, saw Kensei in the air, but Kensei ready to put in the DP and blow up the attempted Heavenly Potemkin Buster. All of a sudden, the match has turned on its head. Burst taken off of both sides.
So far, going in so many jumps in the air, but it looks like he's going to have to take a page out of a previous player's book. Getting that DP in to be able to clash with the JD or any air-to-airs that Vortix is trying to go for. But Knuckle to give Kensei a little bit of meter to work with.
Dragon install is ready on Kensei, but just as I say that, using it PRC to stay safe. The big counter hit anti-air coming out. Vortix seemingly undeniable right now.
Yeah, I don't think he was going to be looking anywhere close for that Dragon install. If anything, it looks like he's going to need to make sure he keeps that meter just to stay alive. But Vortix, one game away. Kensei on the 0, but Kai can do it. Kensei can do it. He has the potential. He has the moveset to actually deal with some of these disjointed movements and hammerfall breaks. But what's been spelling the disaster is some of the air control that's been going on.
Mankind knew that they cannot change society.
We'll see if that can change. Kensei needing a reverse sweep now at this point. Or to
the hammerfall break just through the armor of Derek Claw now, but Kensei still on the offense.
First taken off of both sides. Kensei though, the one stuck against the corner. Vortix with PRC with command grab PRC. Now Vortix, the one in the corner now.
Ooh, all right, backdash more C. Gotta be some scary stuff though. Look at that, going into the air, trying to get a reset if possible. There's only so much HP he needs to go through. Escapes the danger zone of both command grabs and finally able to make sure he gets a fire lit under his belly.
And say, oh no. Getting punished by the pot buster.
There's only so many of those that Kensei can take. I say it right now, this HP point, he can only take about maybe 3 of those, but so far the movement is trying to get past. And another hammerfall, hard knockdown, Garuda chase down, this time not going for the double iteration for the command grab, but just the straight heat knuckle, and Vortix again on set point.
Looking dire for Kensei. Although does have burst available.
The hammerfall breaks are actually scaring even me with every single step, pushing Kensei back towards the corner.
There we go. Kensei pouncing on the opportunity, trying to bring Vortix to the corner, but accidentally corners himself. Able to run under. Vortix finally gives up the burst though.
Oh no! Tried to go for a bait on the burst just in case he was feeling antsy, but Kensei with a good choice on the burst call, being able to get the stun dipper. Soft knockdown, but we're able to push him closer towards the corner and get some more room. Backdash foiled by the command grab. Now we want to get some more damage on this. We're trying to close out. We want to get a number on the board.
Vortix only realistically needs 2 touches in order to close this out. Finds the first one.
No rockets right now.
Say, no meter to work with, no burst to work with. And
right before Vortix got the meter, dicey situation, winning just by the skin of his teeth.
Scary situation. Sweep has been averted by Kensei, and now 1 on the board. Trying to make it a 2.
My gosh, these matches now, such a scary situation. It's Potemkin. It's the danger of Potemkin. And when you know you have to play correct when you're fighting against this character.
Absolutely, yeah. Gotta make every single correct guess.
Boy, that's going to be a bad one. Getting hit by the 2D. This time trying to find a way out of the corner. Man, my man is a better man than me because I definitely would have bursted out of the sheer fear of possibly getting command grab. Air to air, getting at the corner. Dire Call finds its hit, and now we're finally getting the offense that we want.
Kensei, applying pressure. Vortix though, staying ironclad in their defense. Risk slowly getting cranked up on their side.
Thankfully, Kenmi Esports Studios, as we get more further on into this loser semifinal. Kensei finding a way to push the offense, especially backing up when need be. Has 100% meter. What are we going to do with it? Air to air and a quick tap dust for the finish, hopefully, because we know we cannot let this character live.
There we go. The routing does find a kill there. Vortix though going into the second round, full burst in pocket. Kensei though does find the hit, strips it out.
This is really good. Making sure Vortix spends the burst, and now he's in the corner, and now has to deal with some of the offense and disjoints of this move. Hammerfall break getting broken by the RC call. Paper thrust for the finish, and we want to make sure we extend our lead before we finally have to deal with this one bar of meter. We've seen what he's done with it, and look at this.
This will actually be enough to kill. Insane. And just like that, in the blink of an eye, ties it up.
Right now, Slow and Steady is winning the race, and Kensei has brought it all the way back. Now back to 2-2.
Ladies and gentlemen, it did not look like that a Game 5 was in the cards, but Kensei has made it happen. Again, winner of this match, guaranteed at least third place, gets paid.
And so far, the matches have been just as crazy as it was in winners finals. This is now back to a 2-2 all the way from Kensei, bringing it all the way back. But JD Kensei trying to make it look tough, but now Vortix now has a command grab and meter. It could be as simple as another command grab, but got him scared.
Had an extra 50 meter just to cover. And now the
scoop. Said you're gonna approach me like this?
It's a scary situation.
No!
But Vortix, the first one to find a hit. Now on match point. Kensei just getting the 50% meter for burst. Vortix a full stick of butter.
It is crazy the amount of mileage Vortix is getting out of these air interactions, and JD being so susceptible in the hitboxes of it where it's from. But now Kensei not worried about it. Eyes only looking forward towards victory.
Once again, Vortix stuck against the corner. Shock stick has been applied. The air-to-air counter hit.
Whoa, okay. No disconnects here. No, not right now. That is not what we need.
Please,
Kensei
no.
Getting a perfect to make it last game, last round.
And here we go. Kensei on the warpath, looking to complete this reverse sweep. Vortix looking, has to give up burst. Doesn't want Kensei to get any more damage.
Every single jump that he does, okay. He tackle, tried to get the air throw, another air attempt, and right now still keeping Kensei in the corner. A JH finally gets through a burst to make it through. We do not want to get any more offense, but now there's a bar of meter being used.
Backdash, reward for Vortix, and that's it!
In the final moments, he was trying to stay calm.
Versus Vortix, a matchup for the ages.
Ooh, counter like just all the way distant, but that's distance by an And look how early we've already spent the burst. We already know what's at stake. That's why we're willing to spend it so early.
Absolutely, yeah. Flowedup getting the double key grab. Trying to max out that meter. Vortix. Yeah. never out of it. Only needs realistically 2 hits in order to take a round. But Flowedup not going to give the opportunity. Never mind, Vortix still alive.
That was not the option. I think we were a little bit too much in the lab for that one. The Jealousy Super would have definitely been the animation needed to kill with how much Jealousy meter we had, but it's okay. We are still able to get the round and first blood.
Bar poke does connect for Vortix, and now Flowedup back against the wall. Does still have that starting Jealous Rage gauge to work with, but Vortix firmly in the driver's seat right now. Flowedup able to make their way out.
You know what, even if you're able to make your way out, Vortix is making sure he gets right back in, especially with the Hammerfall in Garuda. Look how close we are. We're already back against the wall. We have only a sliver to work with, but I've seen Flowedup do it before. The run control, the aggression, and the amount of power plays we're making right now, but unfortunately gets weighed down by a simple jab.
Ooh. Chip brain for Flowedup there at the very end. Anything could have done it, but here we go. Flowedup in the driver's seat to start off this round. No burst in sight for Vortix. That gauge is getting real low, but we're able to land the key grab.
We're able to get it right back into our offense, picking up a pedal to the metal. Fast is all we know, but Vortix is gonna go ahead and slow it down, fighting his way out of the corner, and now he gets a hard knockdown to work with. So far, Flowedup is such an escape artist, being able to get out of certain situations.
Ooh. Unfortunate burst for Flowedup. Super.
Oh no! Wait, he's dead! He's dead! He didn't go into Heavenly! He does get the PRC Buster! No, I wasn't sure if he was fully dead, but he definitely had the opportunity to do so. But if he knows that he had meter on the table, I think if anybody knew if it could have potentially killed, it would have been Vortix, so he kept the meter instead.
That was a straight up jump scare at the very end. I'm not even gonna lie. Vortix.
Duel 1.
First game on the board. Flowedup.
And a counter hit leg already. Not assuming maybe that Vortix was going to go for the burst, immediately calling out for Jealousy, and now timed out, fully charged, and we get so much space if our name is Vortex.
Yeah, and Flowedup now gonna have to do things the hard way for the moment. No Jealous Rage gauge to work with, but a great backdash, able to get a little bit of gauge and immediately into the transformation.
What in the world was this combo? Going immediately into the transition, holding north. Oh my gosh, because of that, we get so much space as well. Bro, gonna hold the timer of the Jealousy gauge for us to get it back up. Does this wall spot?
No, just barely not, but Flowedup now in a much better situation. Just a little short on the transformation. Vortix, closing distance, 2K, 2Z. There's Garuda. Goes for a side swap.
I don't know what can happen anytime Vortix goes for that mix-up, but so far it looks like that Flowedup isn't afraid at all. Gonna go ahead and take the round.
Duel 2.
Round start. Backdash from Flowedup. Flowedup is very scared of what Vortix can do on the round start.
Oh, okay, trade, but recovering a little bit faster is Vortix, but now we gotta find a way to get some more Jealousy. PRC, nice check.
Force the transformation there. Flowedup now really stacking that gauge up in their favor, and the armor point to beat Hammerfall.
You know what, you may have gotten armor, but I got armor of my own, finishing it off, unleashing the gates of hell, and putting a number on Flowedup scoreboard.
Okay. We're in it for the long haul. No doubt about it. I'm actually going to check something real quick. Have these two played earlier in the night? Yes, they did. It was a 3-1 in favor of Flowedup. Is history going to repeat itself?
Only time will tell, and we're going to be in it for the long haul,
Duel
Pope.
1.
Absolutely. Run up 2K immediately gets bursted.
Right, karate chop, sit down. Keep that key and your toes down to the ground.
Showed up. Not going into the Jealous Rage as quickly as we normally seen them, but there we go. Gets the hard knockdown. Now opts to go into Jealous Rage. Has to give up the burst because of the knockdown. Now, applying pressure, looking for the opening.
Oh, what? I think there was a little bit more hang time on that air key grab, and Vortix actually missing it. But now we have plenty of jealousy, being able to have good blocks too, and getting out of the corner. But wanting to just escape the grab on the PRC throw. My man's on a different level right now.
Flowedup is on that demon time right now. No other way to describe it. The bravery to throw PRC attempted Potemkin Buster, and that resulting in the round win. Flowedup looking to try and take a 2-1 lead.
So far, these karate chops trying to get our way in, but on the other side, putting him with side swap. So far, it's been a battle of spacing for us to be able to find out who gets their offense started. And Flowedup super, no, wants to keep the amount of jealousy, wants to keep the amount of meter, but a Mega Fist, a brave one at that.
Big counter hit, Flowedup. Do you have a route that can kill? Go to the regular key grab for the wall splat. We actually key grab again in PRC to get the full refund. The maximum damage.
It's still not enough. Oh, but blocking the gold burst. Oh my gosh, here's gonna possibly be the attempt, but we still have burst to our table. Checking right there. Yo, my man was composed, but he was able to get another command grab through the jaws of defeat. Vortix is still in it.
My man Vortix just performed a smash and grab. No one was ready for it. But here we go. Flowedup. Full stick of burst available. Vortix. Health already gone. Servers are not enjoying what they're seeing right now, but we are balling right now. A big counter hit into the door.
All right, gonna keep the full jealousy gauge as well. Has burst, spends it on the gold burst. Scouting it out is Flowedup, and now gonna go up 2-1 in this loser's final set.
Unbelievable composure from Flowedup. I know if I was in their spot right there and I lost my second round like that, I would be furious. But cooler heads prevailing at the very end. Now Flowedup looking to get their rematch against Lasagna Slayer.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
All right. Into this next game. So far, it's been so many, but you know what? Not only is it going to be the in-game matches that matter, it's going to be a battle of attrition, a battle of stamina to see who's going to have the will to prevail.
Hold up. Good routing so far. Has to go for the manual de-transform just so that way we do have Jealous Rage still available. But look at the pressure!
A little bit of deer in headlights when it comes to recognizing some of the dashes coming out from A.B.A, and Flowedup is recognizing it in dividends. And there we go. Gonna go ahead and put Flowedup at set point, looking to repeat the earlier set in the ladder.
Vortix. The armor point, getting in, Jealous Rage, taking away, Flowedup, finds the hit, the key grab to de-transform, RC to continue the combo.
And And look at that, finding the immediate combo for every single move that could potentially give A.B.A all of her jealousy gauge now given, and now for Flowedup to work with. Good throw break, but again, been so on point, grabbing these hammer falls on the way up. This super does go wherever it is, but it looks like it's not gonna go in the direction of Vortix.
Just a little too high. Vortix able to clear it, and now Flowedup stuck against the corner, having to guess. Good backdash.
Oh my gosh, a brave backdash if you ask me, Pope. But so far, Flo's defense has been just as good, and also just as on point, as easy as it was to make it to grand finals for Flowedup.
MenaceZero to losers, where they will play one more set.
But here we go. Grand finals, Flowedup, MenaceZero. The only person that has been able to make Flowedup bleed tonight has been MenaceZero. Taking him down, putting him in losers, and now breaking it all the way back to grand. Skyfish is gonna go ahead, whittle you down from the many amount of HP you've already lost.
But here we go, golden opportunity for Flowedup. Jealous gauge jealous gauge taking away, able to get the E grab for the D transformation. And look at that, we've already stocked back up half.
And Skyfish, again, any amount of time you take to whittle down A.B.A's jealousy gauge is definitely A+. And Skyfish is just the move to do it. Oh no, down the system right as a reversal. Get that leg out of here.
MenaceZero ending the first round with a statement. Both players no burst to work with for this second round. Flowedup getting nickel and dimes right now. Here's level 3 Thunderbird. Gotta dodge it. Do so. MenaceZero wasn't ready, but here we go.
Oh, that's a big fella you're grabbing right there. Getting put into the corner, but missing your opportunity. And you know what? MenaceZero is definitely going to appreciate the free serve.
Absolutely. It's free real estate. MenaceZero saying to themselves, Flowedup now. Trying to make amends. Instant jealous rage, pressuring.
Out, losing the jealousy again, but right now with some of these moves, you might be able to get it up. There we go. Jealousy against the wall, not where you want to be. A.B.A's gonna use Scratch against MenaceZero. Go again, that's Skyfish.
Danger actually being called on Flowedup. MenaceZero getting counter hit, but Flowedup just a little too far away to fully convert. Has to use the burst. MenaceZero bursting kind. Trying to chip away, does so, takes the first game.
So tough, so down to the wire, but you know what? Skyfish has been doing a more than their fair share of staying on top in the lead, being able to use such a great use against jealousy gauge, locking A.B.A down and wasting that meter resource that she pretty much has been using the whole time to win out these matches.
Duel 1.
Hey.
Let's rock.
Flowedup looking for that round start. MenaceZero gets one of their own.
Ooh, you know what? Some of the patience coming through. MenaceZero, amazing on defense, but gotta work on some of that offense, using the burst immediately.
Drone keeping Flowedup locked down. MenaceZero just running the offense. Flowedup just looking for an opening, but MenaceZero finds one of their own, just unable to get the pickup.
Yeah, a little bit too close for comfort and nothing but chip damage in the beginning of that round. And now finding it closer even for MenaceZero. What? Really dire now. Full jealousy gauge ready to work with.
Go, Flowedup. Trying to answer that round loss. Daniel D transformation. Then look at his pressure. We're back into jealous rage. Max damage.
So far, oh my god, look at the defense. Somebody call it, but as I say it, getting opened up, not enough Just a little bit of a sliver that you got to get past. Again, Skyfish to waste the rest of the Jealousy gauge. Now you're going to have to find a way to get in Flowedup. But now there's Lasagna Slayer taking advantage.
Burst not a factor just yet, although burst is available for both sides. There's 100 meter on Flowedup side as well. He's gonna blink.
Oh my gosh, trying to find a way in. The elbow check on the way down. Burn it down. You only have so much HP to use. But the burst, no, the YRC is going to be baited.
Oh my lord. What a unreal ending exchange by Lasagna Slayer. All done with a pixel of life. And all of a suddenly, Lasagna Slayer on tournament game.
Right, so far it's not looking as close as it was before, but you know what? Flowedup can easily make this back with a few couple calls like that one. Counter hit going immediately into a full Jealousy Rage A.B.A, and now Lasagna Slayer gonna find a way to not get opened up, but you know what? The defense has been so good. Yep, we're gonna have to run back to the throne. Classic take the throw as you take the overhead, but not gonna take the round just yet.
Door has been opened and Lasagna Slayer getting hit out of it. It is a perfect for Flowedup, and that is a mental builder.
Already getting started far as Jealousy Rage. Alright, the drone is out, but are we going to layer the bullets on top of it? And you know what? I like it. Deactivating, we do not want to let it run out as much as we have been in the set.
Flowedup. A lot of shift damage stacking up on their side, but here we go. Opening presents itself immediately into the Jealous Rage, but has to de-transform back. And Lasagna Slayer taking control of this round. The overhead Behemoth Typhoons raining down, and all of a suddenly, tournament point has presented itself.
It's right there. It's right in front of his glasses. He now has the chance, but Skyfish getting hit out. There we go again. This is going to be the full bullet, so that's going to be a hard knockdown. And guess what? No jealousy meter. If you can ever be in a worse situation as Flowedup, it's definitely going to be this one. Off the backboard, going to go into another wall break, and it's going to spell even further a chance for Lasagna Slayer to win this tournament.
Here we go, Flowedup. Not giving up. We've seen Flowedup make some very unreal comebacks already tonight.
You know what? They both have meter. Flowedup does have the full burst gauge, but it's going to take one hit and one burst guess. Oh, the air-to-air holding it down. Just guard. The defense is on point like usual. Jealousy's gone, but you're going to get thrown out of it. And the burst bait is going to be... No, it's not going to be a kill. Oh, but it's going to be going to go against armor. No, man, it was right there, too. You were so close, and you forget about the Danzai armor in the heat of the moment. I'm pretty sure at that last moment, because actually, Lasagna Slayer actually had 2 bars of meter. He possibly could have RC forward and even through, but I think he had just realized that he possibly just thought he had the game. But too little, too late. And now that's going to be 1 up on the board for Flowedup.
I'm speechless. I am absolutely speechless. Flowedup staying alive in the most unreal situation possible. And now Lasagna Slayer gotta keep mentally strong.
Strong for sure, as long as this defense holds true. But now Jealousy out, gonna build up more gauge. The burst is baited again. Right now, Flowedup is starting to get in his head, and look at how much jealousy he has now.
Maximum jealousy has been achieved. Side swapping, the Typhoon connects, but we just go right into the super.
Are you dead? Is there enough jealousy on this? I think there is. And there is! Oh my goodness! Flowedup is right now getting into the zone.
It's a scary situation for Lasagna Slayer. The snowball is piling up on Flowedup side, and now we're going through the wall.
We have to find a way through this. So far, it's piling up. Wild Assault, hard knockdown, deflect, wants to get out of range. That jealousy gauge is coming down, and so far Lasagna Slayer's trying to play around it. The defense has been immaculate, but now we're finally gonna get our chance. Oh my god, we already built up so much meter, but the Wall Assault gonna come through.
Openings. Lasagna Slayer just desperately looking around for it. Flowedup accidentally dropping the key grab. It doesn't matter. The chase down's going in Floweudup's favor. And all of a sudden, we're tied up. Flowedup looking to reset the bracket.
Oh, Pope, it's starting to crumble, Pope. Lasagna Slayer with immaculate defense is starting to get torn down. When you eventually get that one opening you needed and you realize that you're starting to make strides, it starts to falter, Pope, and that's exactly what's happening.
Yeah, and Jin, I really don't like how fast Lasagna Slayer hopped back on.
Duel 1.
I think that Lasagna Slayer,
I'm telling you, I would do opening gambit. So far, just a neutral situation, but the 6Ps are starting to come out against some of the air game for Lasagna Slayer.
Lasagna Slayer.
Oh my gosh, the dash up on that, and look at that. Okay, jealousy gauge able to come down just a little bit. Not going to be too crazy of a situation, but we now have practically full jealousy gauge and no meter to back us up.
And this is looking dire. Lasagna Slayer getting bounced around like a ping pong ball. We're going through the wall yet again.
Already down so much on burst meter, has a bar meter on his name. He's gonna use it on, but it's not gonna work at all. It's gonna be a quick call out from Flowedup now on reset point.
Lasagna Slayer looking to try and steal all this momentum from Flowedup. The drone dissipates. Flowedup still in regular stance, transitions into the Jealous Rage.
Oh
and
no!
Here we go.
And now we're starting to actually let go of some of the pressure strings. Just like that, you know you can go from the swing to a button if you see you're not going to the second one. Another burst bait. Flowedup is now flowed in this man's mind by how much he is reading him.
We are opening the door. We're breaking the wall down. Flowedup.
Walk up. A block, but getting hit air to air this time. We're gonna take the hit on the down the system, but we have to be able. I'm surprised he didn't actually aim back and use the Skyfish to get rid of the jealousy meter. So far, when we're playing at 110, I know we gotta make these split decisions, but now hard KD, what you're gonna make of it, a throw. We only need so many to finally get this round, but are we gonna get it? It doesn't look like we are going to. One more guess hit. Blue RC up, but we hit out and Flowedup now resets the bracket. We are back to even Stevens, 0-0. Let's run it back.
Jen, we got another set out of this. I cannot believe it. Just when it looked like Lasagna Slayer was set to make it a clean sweep, Flowedup has reset the bracket, and we are just hopping right back into it.
We're hopping right back into it for sure, right off of a reverse 3-0. And now back at it again. Both of these guys now, it's back to a first to 3 standing. And right now, Flowedup is feeling himself.
Absolutely. Good pressure so far. Lasagna Slayer finally cracking, has to give the burst, and level 3 drone trying to take some space back, able to get the back fist, taking the Typhoon combo.
So far, even though he has such immaculate defense, eventually you cannot block it all. But Flowedup has been trying time and time again to escape some of these behemoths, and they have been getting caught, burn it down, send the 3 drones to send you home, and now Lasagna Slayer is going to be the first blood going into this reset bracket.
Slayer sets down drone, Flowedup has to respect it, actually able to hit Lasagna Slayer to dissipate it, and now Flowedup, Jealous Rage applied. Oh my god!
Yeah, I feel you on that. Sometimes words can't even spell how good this A.B.A is actually coming through. Okay, so far trying to jump out, but wasting so much time on the jealousy gauge. But we know A.B.A only needs one, but not seeing the one that they want. So Flowedup decides to deactivate, keeping some of the jealousy rage for later, and here it is.
Lasagna Slayer using up PRC, finds the opening, emptying out the minigun, using double Behemoth Typhoon, getting max damage out, half health taken off of Flowedup.
Oh my goodness, burn the system!
The system being used as a reversal. And now, Flowedup finds an opening. Can't convert it just yet, but can convert this hit. Lasagna Slayer takes first with them.
All I can say is Lasagna Slayer's composure and hard fought. My man is a steel box. I would have bursted so many times by now, but keeping calm, cool, and collected to not only keep his burst, but use his meter accordingly whenever he needs it.
Lasagna Slayer. Look at the life.
Look at this defense. Oh,
yeah, the defense staying cool, calm, and collected, able to maintain composure with this life lead, and now Flowedup. Here it comes. The laser! Oh my god, guys! The laser!
Oh no, hold on, okay. Oh, the hit, not enough bullets in the chamber to get the kill, but the coffin putting the first nail in. Lasagna Slayer, oh my gosh, having a hard-fought game one.
Can't take this, Jen. I'm not gonna lie. Like, what we are witnessing in this grand finals is just two players at the top of their class just going at it. Two absolute prize fighters just swinging for the fences. This is not for AWT points. This isn't even for a major title. This is a Paragon weekly.
This is a weekly, exactly, man. And right now for a weekly, I am on edge. The game has been so close, and you can only expect what could happen next. But so far, the offense and chips are piling up just like a Goldlewis should.
Lasagna Slayer, a massive life lead, but Flowedup able to show that they're able to have already shown tonight that they can make those comebacks, but Lasagna Slayer shuts it down before it even starts.
For sure, especially with that Skyfish. It hasn't been making so much of an appearance as of late, but you know what? Lasagna Slayer is trying any which way to make sure it does do its job.
Hold up. Big opportunity.
Oh my god, another first thing.
But no follow-up, Jen.
The flex, stay in the corner. Oh my god, backed up so many times just for you to get snatched up. And no, down with the system. But we're gonna go ahead and take the damage and the meter when need be. Oh, but Super BRC, he wasn't able to do it enough. Soon enough, I should say.
Run up, throw, a throw. Oh no! Oh no, Flowedup baiting out, reversal down with the system and ready for the PRC as well. Trying to tie things up. Lasagna Slayer though. Never.
On the other side, I thought that was going to be a cross up. My man has his glasses on real tight because I sure couldn't see it.
Absolutely. Air key grab. Trying to catch Lasagna Slayer, neutral jumping. Does so. And although manual or forced detransformation Flowedup looking desperately craving that meter, does have some back.
And so far a character that spends so much time causing his opponents to be in block stun. A.B.A.'s doing such an amazing job building up this jealousy gauge and another overhead to open you up on Lasagna's defense. But look at this, my man is Ironheart for sure. Gold burst burn it down. Time for you to make your way towards me, and it does successfully hit.
Side swap, jump dust, and the back Behemoth Typhoon does draw out burst, but float up the correct conversion ties things up.
Hope we're gonna be in it for the long haul for sure. 1-1 standing, and it does not look like any of these two are giving away anything for free.
This is unreal. This is absolutely unreal. For my friends in the East Coast, you're looking at midnight tonight before we're finished.
I'm glad I don't work tomorrow. I'm sleeping in on for this man.
Absolutely. Float up, burst already taken off of their side. Lasagna Slayer sending the drone, doesn't find anything. And now Float up, applying pressure, but Lasagna Slayer, the good poke.
Oh, hold on, tried to pull you towards the corner, but looks like we were just going on the back and forth. Wants to get more space to his name, just in case. Behemoth getting out of the range of the key.
Good Donsai to go through the level 2.
You know what? It's rounds like this that could be very good for Goldlewis. Hard knockdown into another Behemoth Typhoon. We have taken the lead as Lasagna Slayer.
Yeah, but for how long will we have that lead? That is the question. Lasagna Slayer sending level 2 drone. Unable to really get anything. Float up now. Having to apply pressure, but has to take a moment to de-transform.
Grab pressure. Chance to escape Wild Assault -3. You know what? We're still being able to back up, but we build up some jealousy. Oh my gosh, and another opens overhead, but luckily no conversion from it.
Lasagna Slayer investing the full burst this round on 2 Wild Assaults. E-Grab does ring true. Float up, chipping away at Lasagna Slayer with every single button.
I can only, dude, every time I say that I see the crazy amount of defense from Lasagna Slayer, you know that that shield is eventually going to crack. You can't block them all.
There we go. Float up finally breaks the wall, opens the door. The Lasagna Slayer immediately backed into the corner, opens up another door, and the overhead will seal it up. Chip was certainly going to be a factor there at the very end regardless.
Float up said one way or another, I'm going to get this round. Now back to even, and we got to find out who's going to get that game 3 lead.
Level 3 drone.
No! What you want to see? All right, little break. Glad you had your snacks. Glad you had your potty break. We're going to go right back into it. 1-1 scenario. Off of the grand finals reset. Here we go.
Yeah. Lasagna Slayer. Just trying to take the most of that break advantage. Oh, Donsai through the level 3.
Oh my goodness. I thought for a millisecond that these guys were going to slow it down. Not at all. It's non-stop. Go means go.
Both of these players, they just want things to end tonight, and who can blame them? It is getting late. Lasagna Slayer taking the first round.
Watch your toes on the way down. Downside for the finisher. Into the hit, and yep, we need to keep that jealousy up so we can keep Lasagna Slayer down. Lasagna Slayer slicing the air with the key far as going into it.
Finally gives up first pretty late in the round though. The door gets open and Lasagna Slayer ready to block. Float up, forced into the de-transformation, so no meter refund on their side. And Lasagna Slayer just raining down the Behemoth Typhoons.
Okay, gets the hit in. Gonna get a little bit more jealousy, but now we have the meter advantage as well. Uses it immediately, and again, Skyfish from the YRC to make sure we whittle down every last bit of jealousy just for it to get it right back in the season. And you know what? Even though we restarted the game, look where we are now. Back to 1 game apiece, round apiece.
Absolutely. Thunderbird does get deployed, but Lasagna Slayer with the long range Behemoth Typhoon does find the hit. Flowed up, forced to give up first, and now Skyfish being used for to force the D-transformation. Flowed up, great backdash on the Behemoth Typhoon, and now a opportunity presents itself.
So far, Lasagna Slayer hasn't been reacting to some of these dash-ins from A.B.A. It's gonna probably be the difference maker when it's gonna actually, for him to actually be able to get the hits that he wants.
A whole lot of damage on that combo, but the Jealous Rage gauge more than making up for it. We have a full gauge. Life bars just about even. Float up on the offensive, goes overhead, and try to bait out Burst, but Lasagna Slayer has to bite. There it goes!
Burst is gonna get hit, but it does have the OTG on the far S, and now we're finally gonna see who wins. Flowed up now, getting that +1 on the board. Lasagna Slayer now has to try to keep up.
And Lasagna Slayer, for the first time in the grand finals, playing from behind. Flowed up only needs 1 game to be tonight's Paragon champion.
Trying to swing as much as they can, trying to feel out each other, but now in the corner against the Jealousy, where Lasagna Slayer has shown immaculate defense, but this time opens up, wants to press, and wants to be able to get out of this corner.
Here we go, Flowed up, trying to carry this momentum from last game into this one. E-grab for the wall break. A little bit of Jealous Rage here to work with.
Overhead dumped on, and now finally we're going to a tournament set points for Flowedup.
Slayer. Sending out the drone, Flowed up using the Donzai armor to go through it. Now Lasagna Slayer closing distance. Flowed up has to give up first.
Ooh, oh my god, in a small dead zone from that Behemoth Typhoon, but put right back into the corner, eating 2 overhead, or I should say defending against the 2 overhead, and now trying to escape the corner, but we're meeting with so much chip.
Lasagna Slayer.
I know you're feeling it, Pope, but not just yet. Not just yet. Lasagna Slayer is far from done.
Trying to stay locked in. Jin. This has been a long night tonight for both of our players as well. Flowed up. Life advantage off the start. Lasagna Slayer does have a burst.
Not only that, gets to dive in with the Behemoth Typhoon cross up, more like fake cross up. That definitely broke my neck before I could even block. And not against the wall, but hasn't activated Jealousy either.
You dead? What? Doesn't get the fear in time.
Okay, or alright, opens the gates of hell and actually blocks it just a little bit. I don't know if that was actually intentional.
Slayer. Not blocking the overhead. Has to give up first. Here we go. Put it down. It's the Typhoon.
I'm telling you, Pope, you're gonna need your morning coffee in the morning, because we are in it to win it all the way through, even on both sides. And not right now, it's all or nothing.
Absolutely, and here we go. We have gone the distance one last time. 2-2. Both players looking to take this final game. Lasagna Slayer starting off with a Wild Assault.
Jumping right out of a throw. Load up. Not going to give anything, any caution to the win. Going to put it all on the table. And now has Lasagna Slayer slow burst, but great defense and low on jealousy, and we're gonna use the Skyfish, waste all of that jealousy meter that's been giving Flowedup his advantage.
Flowedup swinging through the level 2 Thunderbird, dissipating it with the counter hit. Now Lasagna Slayer gonna have to take a guess somewhere, trapped against the corner.
Oh, the downside reaches so high, but luckily we're not gonna get a conversion off of it. Spending the YRC, trying to will it down. Burst, use Skyfish all the way through. Oh my gosh, look how much jealousy we were able to get back, but that only means it's gonna be a waste. Oh, okay, the gates of hell opened up. We are able to get the jump FP.
So there we go, Flowedup with the air-to-air, puts themselves on tournament point once again.
Alright, oh, caught the backdash with the long behemoth typhoon, and we already have 50% damage on the board.
Lasagna Slayer trying to speed through this round, but Flowedup a perfect response, taking 50% of their own, and maybe a little bit more.
Just a little bit, only and then some, but that jealousy meter does spell dividend, but that hit Wild Assault means that we can actually make sure we get this jealousy gauge down, but it looks like it's gonna stay back up, especially with the oh, run with the system! Wait, RC? Oh my god, is this a killing call? No, wait, it's a kill? It kills! It kills! He's able to kill it with the Skyfish!
Jane, we have gone the distance. Final game, final round. Both players, first round away from getting tonight's tournament. Flowedup, burst advantage. Danger actually being called on them.
Oh, I cannot handle it. They are definitely bringing it down to the wire. Any amount of mix-up can spell the win for either player. But Flowedup getting a little bit of charge towards that jealousy. Last meter being used, knowing they're going to activate soon. Activate, yes it is. Flowedup, oh my god, the defense coming out from Lasagna Slayer. Catches the whip punish, but no conversion.
Level 3 drone.
Oh. Is that the drone? The AI saves our skins!
Yeah, but we were locked down from the door, so we weren't able to follow it up with anything. But Lasagna Slayer, a big counter hit, going to drain away this jealous rage. The 4th speed transformation, good block on the tap dust, and we just opt for a simple throw.
And Lasagna Slayer through the jaws of a hard-fought battle is gonna be your Paragon Online champion. 15 games all the way through. Oh my gosh, the last moment.